Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another rendition of Dallas Cowboys Game Time. We are back, baby, 2.0. I'm Fallout, joined alongside the one and only Kyle Yeomans. My man, how you feeling today?
Man, feeling great. Great to be back. I've got a new setup here at the Star in Frisco. I mean, the Cowboys trophies, the 5 Super Bowl trophies are about 20 feet in that direction. But we're going to be handing out a different level of trophy today. I mean, winning a Super Bowl is one thing, but winning that Lenovo Game Time tournament is another. Can't wait to hand out some hardware.
Yeah, clearly one thing is more prestigious than the other. And clearly I'm talking about the Lenovo Legion hardware. I'm excited for today's competition. Easy. And, of course, easy. Not even a question. And, yeah, you've upgraded the setup quite a bit since our last broadcast. You were in your desk, little cubicle setup last time. Clearly a slight upgrade here. That's how much we're going to elevate this broadcast this time around. But I'm excited, man. It's going to be another tournament, Dallas Cowboys Game Time. This is not just Madden. There's also been Rocket League. There's been Fortnite competitions. We're running it back in Madden this time around. And I'm excited for how it's all going to work. I'm going to actually explain real quick how we got here. There were 4 separate qualifiers. So if you're watching right now, you're a fan of the Cowboys and tuning in here on YouTube, well, guess what? You could actually compete to win this grand prize, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. There were 4 separate qualifiers. The winner of each qualifier, which had hundreds of players participating in it, will be competing today in the grand finals. And I'm excited to talk about the prizing and much more. But first things first, let's talk about the rules and the format for today's competition. Kyle, walk us through it.
Yeah, well, of course, you've got the 1v1 match. We've got one semifinal followed by the winner-take-all final. Fatigue on, injuries off, and even teams off as well. We've got this really settled in as the competitive rule book and exactly what they would play with in normal competition and Madden tournaments across the country. Quarter length of 5 minutes. These are quick moving games, all Madden skill level. You talk about the game speed being normal, accelerated clock is off, so that way you have the the playbooks at your full discretion. No weather possibility. It's not like the Cowboys playing in Buffalo this week. You're not going to have 45 degrees with 20 mile an hour winds like the Cowboys are going to have to deal with here in week 15. And then you've got the competitive game style with the quick presentation. I mean, all of this all the way up and down. If you're familiar with Madden, this is about what you would expect to see from a level of gameplay like the Game Time tournament is. So for the most part, this is a standard procedure across the board, and these individuals have continued to play at a high level and work their way into these semifinals. Excited to see them get after it.
Yeah, you and I both. Typical Madden competitive settings. You're trying to replicate the Madden Championship Series, professional level play as much as we possibly can. Dallas Cowboys have done it right here with the Cowboys Game Time tournament. That is for sure. Let's talk about the prizing and what's at stake. We already had one rendition. Well, we're running back the same exact prize because last time it was sick. 2 tickets plus a VIP experience at a Dallas Cowboys home game at AT&T Stadium, which is absolutely insane to think about. So the winner of today's competition will have a chance to be flown out and experience the Dallas Cowboys live, which obviously right now is a great time to do so. The Cowboys are flying absolutely high, Kyle.
That's the thing. And lost the home in 15 tries. They have the longest active home winning streak in the NFL. So if you're getting these 2 tickets and a VIP experience, you're going to have an opportunity to see a team playing at a high level and playing at home at a high level. And I know the last time that we got to send somebody to a game like this, they had an absolute blast. I mean, film from the sidelines. You had got to meet some of the high level individuals in the organization, and then get to watch the Cowboys win against the Giants back in November. So really is a great prize pack, and that VIP experience. I will speak from experience myself. It is second to none. Having a VIP experience inside AT&T Stadium, it doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, that's right. We actually have quite a recap video. The individuals that had a chance to get flown out, Slider K and Co., that one last time, got to bring his boy, his friend alongside him. Let's actually take a look at a recap here from his VIP Dallas Cowboys Game Time experience.
Dallas, man, you know what I'm saying? Living out here.
man, what an experience that was for Slider K, our champion last time around. Had a chance to experience it live. Got flown out all the way from the East Coast. And what a game that was, too, against the Giants. A great one where the Cowboys really started turning the season around, dominating the season.
Yeah, that was the thing, is that they've been outscoring opponents 279 to like 150 something this year. They've been absolutely taking care of business at home. And you could see just the experience that this would be to be on the sidelines, be just a couple feet from some of your favorite players. And then it looked like he had free reign there for a little bit, working around the corner of the pylon. He had the selfie cam up and ready to roll. It was really a perfect outing, and I'm sure they really had a great time. And our 4 semifinalists are going to have a chance to have that same VIP experience.
Yeah, that's right. The Giants game, something tells me any Cowboys fan would love to have that VIP experience for the game this past weekend against the Eagles. You didn't catch it earlier, so the Cowboys are flying high over the Eagles, that's for sure, who typically know how to fly. It was a fun game this past weekend. I know you had a chance to call it, man. We're talking about how the Cowboys are playing right now.
Yeah, I mean, they've been playing at a high level, and Dak Prescott's playing at an MVP caliber level. He's been care of the football. The interception numbers are down. The touchdown numbers are up. I think the number one thing that has clicked for this team, because the last time that we hosted a game time event like this, the Cowboys had the defense working in the right direction. It was the offense that needed to see a step up. Well, not only have they seen a step up, but they look like possibly the best offense in the NFL. And so they've come a long way. The West Coast scheme that Mike McCarthy and company have implemented for the first time this season, first year as a play caller in this organization, has gone to plan. They've continued to get better and then get those weapons involved. CeeDee Lamb right now is on pace to break the single season Cowboys receiving record that was set by Michael Irvin back in 1995. He's currently second in terms of receiving yards per game out of the top 5 on that list in Cowboys history. 4 of the 5, not counting CeeDee Lamb, have been Hall of Famers: Bob Hayes, Michael Irvin, Terrell Owens. So you've got some pretty good company of what this offense has been doing, and it's all been led by Dak Prescott. That offensive line has been healthy, and they got a big win over the Eagles last week, 33-13. So excited to see what they could do this week. They go on the road for a pair of really tough AFC matchups. They've got the Bills this week, and then they've got the Miami Dolphins coming up on Christmas Eve. If they can work through those 2 games, the playoff picture will be much clearer. And at the same time, you might be in a position to either win the NFC East or possibly win the NFC and be the top seed, get that divisional round bye, and straight to the divisional round this year. I think all of that would be great for Cowboys fans who have been itching for some playoff success. Right now, it's about positioning. They're going to be in the playoffs. That's not really a question. They're at 10-3. The question is going to be where are they going to be seated in those playoffs in order to have some success.
Yeah, well, you summarized it absolutely perfectly. I'd love to dive a little bit deeper, though. It's time for Keys to the Game, presented by Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 46 years. And that's right. We're gonna change it up this time. Last time we kept it very esports focused. What are the keys to success or keys to the game here for the players playing in the competition? I'll cover that with my former pro gamer, background. I want you to dive a little bit deeper into what do the Cowboys need, if you're okay with it, to continue to find success throughout the rest of the season, maybe even take one home in a Super Bowl. But I'll start with the esports side of the house. Obviously, we've got a Madden tournament coming up here. And look, as a former pro player, here's what I'd say. It might sound absolutely crazy, but in a lot of ways, in the same way you're getting locked in and focused and popping in some tunes, you're doing the same thing in competitive games. You want to get really, really focused and locked in. And it's obviously a mental, not physical, game in esports. So the more you can kind of stay calm, control your emotions, meditate, and visualize the field, what you're going to do. Obviously, a lot of preparation goes into studying your opponents, their playbook, what they play, what they run, in the same way that preparation goes in on the football side of the house as well. And then, of course, drills, warming up your fingers. As crazy as it sounds, you definitely want to hop on 2-3 hours early and get warmed up and make sure that not as much that is more of in-game action going on, but some hand exercises certainly do help. But how about on the Cowboys side, man? Talk me through their keys to winning a Super Bowl this year.
Well, I think it's consistency in the trenches right now. This team is so loaded from a skills player standpoint. You talk about CeeDee Lamb, Tony Pollard, Jake Ferguson has been great at catching the football, and then Dak Prescott at quarterback. As long as they have some consistency on the offensive line, that offense is going to keep rolling in the right direction. If they can provide time for Dak to find a receiver, find a weapon, they're going to win some football games. But on the opposite side, I keep it in the trenches on the defensive line as well. This past week, they lost Jonathan Hankins. He has a high ankle sprain. He'll be out for 2 to 4 weeks. And so with him not available, even at full strength, possibly for the remainder of the regular season, they're going to need somebody to step up and be a run stuffer against the run game, and we'll get to see plenty of that in Madden NFL 24 in a couple of moments. But the way that they were able to stop the run during this stretch, this 5-game winning streak for the Cowboys, it's been a game changer, and they're going up against 3 of the top 5 NFL run teams in these next 4 weeks. And so having that run stuffer in the middle will be big. They did spend a first-round pick on Mozzie Smith this past April. He's a defensive tackle, was graded as the second highest run defender in college last year at the University of Michigan. If he can continue to run and be better than he has been here in this rookie season, take a step forward, I think it'll go a long way. But they're going to miss Jonathan Hankins up front. So I think my number one key for this Cowboys team is to win the battle in the trenches. And the other one is to continue evolving on offense, because there have been times in the past where this offense has looked unstoppable, where this offense has continued to put up big numbers. But then when you get into the latter parts of the season, final month of the regular season, and then into the playoffs, you start to pitter-patter a bit. You start to see a bit of hesitation, maybe from a play calling standpoint, or maybe even just a production standpoint. As long as this offense can continue to grow, continue to evolve into that playoff push, I think they're going to have a lot of success, because if you can't slow them down, it's hard to score points on this Cowboys defense. I think the defense will travel. It's whether or not the offense travels and keeps moving in the right direction that'll be the game changer for this Cowboys franchise.
I love that. And I love they started particularly with defense. You know what they say, defense wins championships indeed, and the Cowboys defense has evolved this year. It seems that way. So, well, look, this has been your Ford Keys to the Game segment presented by Ford F-Series. Big thank you, as always, to Ford for the support. All right, well, let's look into this tournament and start to preview the matchups. We're going to see here 4 teams, 4 players with an opportunity to secure the grand finals prize of a VIP experience at AT&T Stadium, watching the Dallas Cowboys play this season. Walk me through the brackets here, what we're going to see here.
Yeah, so qualifier number 1 on the left-hand side is OG2KYT. Name, Nicholas Sirianni. And here's the thing. If OG2KYT selects the Philadelphia Eagles as his squad to roll with in this game-time tournament, I'm going to have some words, some choice words on whether or not this will actually be Nick Sirianni, of also the head coach's name in Philadelphia. So maybe this is just Coach Sirianni taking some time off. Maybe he's got a closet Cowboys fandom, or maybe this is somebody that's just throwing the name out there. I would be sure to ask this question, but if he does pick the Eagles, I'm going to be definitely having some questions. Then we've got his opponent, Super Smash 104. That's Zach Schrader. Really excited to see what they bring to the table. And then the opposite one is Cruz versus I Have It. Cruz is Taylor Guyett. And then Dennis Hunt is I Have It. So really excited about these 2 matchups. We'll kind of roll from a standpoint of NFL red zone per se, right? You'll go back and forth between the 2 semifinal matchups. We'll continue to check in on key plays and moments along the way. And then once we have our final set, oh goodness, it's going to be a fun one. Between the 2 matchups, though, be sure to stay tuned, because we've got some fun from Lenovo in the Lenovo Legion Go. I've got a box sitting to my left that I absolutely cannot wait to open. I'm super excited. I may even pull it up here now that we're on camera. Look at this. I'm chomping at the bit to open this up, and I cannot wait for the opportunity. So that'll be in between both of the games, so we get a chance to see what Lenovo has going on here. But until then, of course, if Nick Sirianni picks the Eagles, I'm going to have to pull out the helmet that beat the Eagles this past week for the Dallas Cowboys, 33-13. So really excited to see these 2 matchups.
Yeah, darn straight you are. Can you imagine Nick Sirianni as a closet competitive Madden player in his spare time playing in a Dallas Cowboys tournament? I would lose my mind.
Entering Cowboys tournament. That's the number one thing, right?
That's right. Well, we're jumping into game number 1. Last time we saw a lot of Chiefs. This time we got Buffalo versus Buffalo. So the Bills playing against each other here, and we're off here. Kickoff game number 1.
And, of course, this is going to be where the Cowboys are this week, since this is being played up in Buffalo. We talked about no weather, so they decided to both go with the Bills. And I'm not surprised by this conversation because what Josh Allen can do in Madden, he's the cover athlete for a reason. Even today on one of our Madden-themed shows, we call it Hit Sticks, we talked about Josh Allen and what he brings to the table. Should be a fun matchup.
Looking forward to it. We're going to have a lot of Josh Allen today, on both sides of the ball here. With us, we got a little match and mirror matchup between the Buffalo Bills, which sometimes you like to see a little more even team action, and obviously whoever the better player is clearly going to win.
Well, and some that may not be as versed in the competitive Madden world might be asking, why don't they do the even teams? And the reason why for that fallout, and you might be able to explain this better, is you want to rely on certain players' tendencies and skill sets in order to evolve your Madden game.
That's right. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. And obviously, a lot of customization that goes into competitive Madden. You can pick your own playbooks. You'll typically see the Bills running the Eagles playbook, or whatever it might be. Maybe last year you saw the Dallas Cowboys running more of a West Coast offense playbook. Now they're actually doing that IRL, as you explained earlier. But that is kind of par for the course in competitive Madden. It is a treat to watch competitive Madden. For those that are maybe casual Madden players at home, it's a whole world of competitive Madden out there. If you think you got what it takes, you can compete in the Madden Championship Series, or you can keep playing here in the Dallas Cowboys Game Time Series. Something tells me we'll have more of these tournaments where this one came from. It's been a ton of fun watching them. Here we go. First down, first throw of the game, going to be a completion to Cook down the middle, and he'll connect for 11 yards or so. So 1 for 1, good start here for the Bills.
Yeah, I like the utilization of James Cook underneath. If you're able to use him in the flats like that and use him as a receiver out of the backfield, it really opens things up from an offensive standpoint. He's had a great season so far. Of course, the younger brother of Dalvin Cook, who's had a great NFL career currently with the New York Jets. He's so elusive when he gets the ball in his hands, and you're going to see that play out whenever you start playing Madden here as well.
Second down, they're going to go back to Cook here, this time a run. A couple yards picked up, and you hit the nail on the head. Making sure to get Cook going early is obviously a big focus here for any Bills offense.
Yeah, and you look at his totals in real life this past week in a win over Kansas City. He had more receiving yards on 5 catches than he did running the football. He had 10 carries for 58 yards, but he had 5 catches for 83 yards and a touchdown. So very effective as a pass catcher. I'm sure Josh Allen will look for him early and often.
Back to the air game on second down here, 2nd and 8. Josh Allen does a first down signal, but it's clearly not a first down. I don't know what you're doing, EA animation. But he picks up 6. Nice throw from Josh right there. But I thought he had a couple guys open. Could have maybe found one on the toss to get that first down. Now puts himself in the dangerous 3rd and 2 territory, which is kind of the devil's down. It's always a scary one here. It seems like it's easy to grab, but especially if you're passing it, obviously a little bit of a risk, and he's going to get taken down and blitzed down the middle from the mic, just like that. 4th down, he's going to be going for it.
Yeah, I think that was a big play. It looked like he was trying to wait for Stephon Diggs to get open on the right-hand side out of the slot. That linebacker dropped into coverage and took that route away pretty quickly.
And here we go, big 4th and 9. What a gutsy call here. First drive of the game, it's 0-0. Really no need to be that risky. You're not even in your opponent's territory. But back to the air he goes, and open is Sherfield. He's going to connect for a first down, risk and reward. First down for Super Smash.
Yeah, that's a big play on the left side. Just had that out route. It was timed up perfectly. He had a lot of confidence there going for it on a 4th and long scenario. Defense played off a little bit too much, and Josh Allen takes advantage.
Back to the ground game here to James Cook. Going to get a few. Nothing much going here on the right side run. As we have a second here. Super Smash for some more info on these players. Let's talk a little bit more about them. So Super Smash, also known by as Zach, as you mentioned earlier, 21-year-old, currently attending the University of Cincinnati. He's from Columbus, Ohio. Is a Browns fan. Playing as the Bills today. And it's going to be a drop. Nice accuracy. Ball's going to be knocked out here, so it's going to be yet another 3rd and 6 here, Kyle.
Yeah, and he had Sherfield open on the left side. I think if he's going to go back and look at it, if he would have tossed that up to the end zone, Sherfield had a couple steps on that seam route left-hand side, so maybe a missed opportunity. Still a chance to convert here on 3rd and 6.
Big 3rd down, sack, and pressure comes through. Ball's going to fall out, I believe. Yep, that's going to be, he's going to avoid the sack. Gives himself another 4th down opportunity. What are you doing here with your Super Smash? You going for it again?
Yeah, I think you go for it, especially in Madden. You want to continue to roll in the right direction. Possessions are so crucial in this game, especially when you play at this high of a level. When you're right at midfield, this is a no-doubter to me. No analytics are going to give you anything here. You just got to go for it and make it right.
Yeah, especially in Madden, right? You're going to see a lot more four-down plays in Madden than you will in the NFL. Here we go. Another risky play for Super Smash. 21-year-old. See what Zach can do here. Taking his time, reading his defense, calling a couple audibles at the line, see if he's going to connect with Sherfield again. He's been liking him all day, but no, he's going to find Stefan Diggs wide open for a first down and then some, and they'll start to enter into red zone territory.
Yeah, that was a beautiful play. It looked like it was the same play that he had at the line of scrimmage. Didn't change as much as I thought he was because he was making these audibles, but maybe all of that bluffing had the post route outside to Stefan Diggs. A phenomenal play call.
Great play call indeed, and they're going to keep the train rolling here. 2nd and 8. So he's doing it kind of the slow way. You haven't seen a lot of flashy one-play, bombs to Stefan Diggs like we're used to seeing. Just inch by inch, marching their way down the field, wearing out this Bills defense. Here we go, 2nd and 8 now. Josh Allen calling another couple audibles. 3 men left, 1 right.
Watch Diggs over the middle here. I like this. I like what he did with he just flipped the play. Oh, now it looks like he might be going to the left-hand side. But watch Diggs out of the slot. When you have these bunched selections, that head man like that where he's right up on the line, he's very tough to cover, especially if he wants to break inside.
Oh, and the moment where Diggs was open there, but instead he's going to throw it away. Again,
I thought there was a chance there.
There was. A small window, though.
A lot of times you look at inside or outside leverage from your corners. So whenever you're the head man in a bunch set like that, in tight at the line of scrimmage, that head man, if the safety or the nickelback rather, which is the slot corner, if he's on the outside shoulder, then an inside route is going to be open, but it's only going to be open right at the beginning of the snap. So you got to move quickly. That time I think he hesitated, maybe paused a bit, and because of that it wasn't open in the end zone. Could have maybe lofted it up, but then he had safety help over the top.
This leaves us with the 3rd and 8. Sticking to the air game here, it looks like. For Super Smash, fakes it to James Cook. Looking to find one open, taking his time, but instead takes it to the ground. Well played, well positioned, but the ball's going to come out. Another fumble here. It's been the story of the season for Josh Allen, who hasn't had a season up to his caliber, and it happens again here.
Yeah, he's turned over the football 15 times this year, and I thought that was the right call. Maybe waited a little too long to really take off up the middle because it was open. There was nobody in the middle of the field. Linebackers had dropped back into coverage, but as soon as he took off, those linebackers came forward. Josh Allen fumbles the rock, puts it on the ground. That's a costly turnover. Anytime you turn the football over, especially in Madden, that is a massive stop. And in this case, whenever you do it inside the 10-yard line, that's even more so costly. That's a number one mistake that we're going to have to go back and circle if Super Smash gets in a hole here early.
That's right. You hit the nail on the head with the especially in Madden comment, right? So many great players who have just such offensive talent and firepower, and something tells me OG might be one of them. Immediately going to fake it to James Cook, finds Stefan Diggs. With beautiful moves, going to pick up an edge. No, he's going to go all the way potentially here, but no, finally a linebacker comes in and takes him down. But that one move, the juke, gets him an extra 30 or 40 yards.
Okay, listen here. This might actually be Nick Sirianni calling these calls because the way that he brought in motion 2 tackles to the inside, pushed him inside. I mean, first off, that was incredible. Then it was a screenplay to the outside for Diggs. It was blocked up fantastic. And then Diggs with the elusiveness outside. Oh, look at this set. He's got both tackles outside. There are only 3 down linemen in front of Josh Allen here. This is so interesting.
Yeah, pulling the tricks out of the bag here. Off the rip is Nicholas Sirianni, to your point. Is it the coach, the mystery man? We wonder. He's not playing as the Eagles. Runner-ups last year have a solid Madden score, so that's a little bit concerning. And maybe Nicholas Sirianni might be a fairly common name. But jokes aside, he's definitely playing like Nick Sirianni with some of these calls. But it looks like it was just all smoke and mirrors trying to get his opponent off guard.
Yeah.
The quarter's going to come out. We'll see if he runs it again.
Yeah, I mean, at least through 2 plays here, you're showing some unconventional looks from the offensive side. There it is again. You got both tackles lined up outside. I mean, I'm sure they'll probably bring them inside. Here you go. And now you're set up in your real formation.
That's right. He's trying to confuse his opponent here.
Lots of motion.
It looks like all that just for a run out wide and only for a few yards. But, yeah, a lot of confusion, a lot of motion, making him think he's doing something tricky in the air game. But instead, they stick it to James Cook. They pick up 3.
Yeah, what I like about this is they call this eye wash whenever you're putting all this motion back and forth. Coaches will call it eye wash because if you're a defender, you're taught if you see a lot, you actually see a little. If you're watching all of that happening in the backfield and you're seeing all of the motion and you're worried about where guys are lined up, that's when you get put a step behind. So if you see a lot, you actually see a little. You got to stay focused on your alignment and your assignment in order to get the job done. That's what a lot of this is early and often.
I like that. Keep it simple, stupid. Truer words ain't never been said. Another fake to James. Another play to Stephon. It's the opposite side here. He just loves the side shuffle here to Stephon Diggs as he's going to connect for a first down and then some. More yak picked up for Diggs.
Yeah, this reminds me of the old Baylor offenses, the Houston offenses back in the early 2010s at the collegiate level. Lots of screen plays and then let your wide receivers do the rest of the work.
Yeah, a seemingly tricky offense here so far for OG, but really a simple game so far. A couple of ground runs, a lot of motion, but really the only thing he's gotten yards off of are those quick throws over to Stephon Diggs, and this time he's going to go back to the ground.
Well, and it's also an opportunity to take care of the football. I mean, the 49ers do something similar to this, the way that they're able to keep things within the 10 yards, within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. Brock Purdy, you could take away all of his completions beyond 10 yards and he would still be one of the leaders in yardage in the NFL because he keeps it within striking distance. And then it opens up a play like that over the top, and it turns into 6.
That's right. Beautiful throw. I believe that was James Cook again, showing prowess in the run game, but also as a receiver. Just like that. Nice drive picked up here for OG 2KYT. He starts with 7 after the costly fumble turnover from Super Smash.
Yeah, I think Super Smash is probably kicking himself right now in the way that first drive ended. I don't think there's any time to panic here. You got 3 minutes left in the second. Still plenty of time to go down and score. Keep the possessions. I think you want to kill clock here, though. You don't want to necessarily work down the field quickly, find the end zone, and allow for a 2-for-1, a double dip from OG 2KYT in order to take that 2-score lead. Now you got to play the possession game, try and work down the field, take care of the football, and then you ultimately got to find the end zone.
On first down, they're going to keep it short within 10. They'll get the first down. I'm following your advice there. More safe plays across the board with the in. Maybe that was a slant. Going right into second down. A little bit of urgency. The hurry up offense. Allen back to throw. Waiting patiently, getting chased down though. Just going to throw away.
And if he didn't roll out, I see what he was trying to do. He wanted to have the tight end, Dalton Kincaid, on the seam down the right-hand side. There was safety help over the top that rolled there, and so it wasn't necessarily a safe throw. If he would have stayed in the pocket and delivered, I think there might have been a window, but as soon as he escaped the pocket to roll right, I think that window shut pretty quickly.
I wouldn't sound the alarms yet and saying this is a must-score drive, but look, if you don't, you're down 7-0, and your opponent's getting the ball here in the second half. Based on the way OG's playing, it'll be tough to come back from that. Nice fly and the throw. It's going to be a beautiful corner, and that is exactly what was needed right there. Brilliant throw, and they're going to go right back to the hurry-up offense. Yeah,
I really like that play call, and it's been there. Diggs has had those receptions, at least on this side of things. The opposite side for OG 2KYT has been the screen game, but that out route, that out and up like that for Stephon Diggs has been there, and I think you could maybe keep going to that if they want to continue to play the same defense. So far, it's been really all Stephon Diggs for both teams. You know, some action to Trent Sherfield as well out of Vanderbilt. But for the most part, Stephon Diggs carrying this receiving core in this game, at least to start. A lot of James Cook action as well, but really just those three players who've been making plays. I'd like to see a little more distribution of the ball. I didn't really see anything go to our tight ends off the rip, and they're going to take it right to the ground with James Cook. Just a few picked up. Ooh, and that was dangerous defensively. They brought the house there on that defensive side. There was nobody over the top. If Cook breaks that tackle, he could still be running and hit his head on the goalpost. I mean, he would have had open space all the way through. 2nd and 7 on the 35 with just a minute and 30 seconds left in this half. So to your point, Kyle, he doesn't want to take his time off this drive, doesn't want to put his opponent in the position to score, which is why he's
waiting to call here. Got 6 more seconds left on the play clock. He's going to just milk out every second if he can. Ball comes out. Another throw. Looking, no one's open. Great defense coming through. And guess who it is? Stephon Diggs once again. And immediately he's going to drop. And timeout's going to be called here from the defense.
Yeah, I really like that play call. It wasn't open, like you said, but a great job working that left stick, allowing for that ball to be placed perfectly. A lot of times in the NFL, you have to throw your receiver open. That time, that's exactly what was done by Super Smash.
Everyone in the stadium knew they were going to run it there, trying to buy time. Definitely.
See, that's the thing. How do we know everyone in the stadium is cheering for which team? Who is cheering for who? Which Buffalo team is the stadium cheering for?
Yeah, can we get some OG and Super Smash jerseys out there in the stadium? Make it a little easier for us. But you're right. I guess if you're
blue is a fan of OG 2KYT. Everybody wearing white is a Super Smash fan.
And red is a neutral.
A red, everybody just wants to have fun.
Everybody
has a good game. Yeah.
Here to jump on foldable tables in the parking lot.
I was about to say, it is Bill Mafia, twice as much.
That's right. Back to the air he goes, decides to keep it to the ground, throws it out of bounds there. And, I guess it's second down, but with a minute left, I think you actually keep it inbounds, you run it, get a yard or two, keep the clock running.
Maybe that's the byproduct of fumbling on that opening drive. Maybe there's a bit of a hesitation there to run it with Josh Allen as significantly as was done in that opening drive because of the way that it ended in the red zone. Ooh, I like this play call. Watch Pryor. If he's trying to open up this defense. Watch Pryor circle to the right-hand side if he is open, or maybe square to the left side with Sherfield on what he's able to do here.
Oh, Sherfield was open. He had him. Got a little nervous there. Didn't pull the trigger, and that's going to be a huge sack coming through for number 50. And just like that, 4th and 14. This is that dangerous territory we said if he doesn't score here. OG gets the ball at half. Has a chance to go up 14-0. This is a big 4th down. You kick it or you go for it?
I don't think a field goal is going to win you games in the game time tournament presented by Lenovo. I just don't think that's going to happen. So I think you run this clock all the way down. You call a timeout. You take every step of the way to try and leave as little time here for OG 2KYT to put points on the board. And then you find the best play in your playbook and you go for it and you try and find 14 yards.
I think that's a fair assessment. Looks like he's hovering over a field goal, though, so I think he actually might go for 3. I think that is a very fair assessment. The way OG's been playing, though, I think it's risky, and we'll see who's right in the end. If Super Smash can bring this back, but he does decide to kick it. Ball's up, ball's good. 7-3 is the score. With 17 seconds left, you must stop OG here. He's not going to really return it out of the end zone, put himself at risk, so that's going to be 2-3 plays maximum for OG. No more timeouts either.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any timeouts. The fact that there's no timeouts here, that could help out. Was that out of bounds? No, it wasn't. So they'll call it a touchback. Oh, no, they did call it a flag. So now you've got a little bit of extra yardage. Instead of starting at the 25, OG2KYT will start at the 40. And with Josh Allen's arm strength, you complete one to the sideline and then take a shot at the end zone or possibly try and line up a long field goal. There's some options here to put points on the board even with 17 seconds. You got to work the sidelines, though.
That's right. It's the one thing Super Smash couldn't do. Oh, my gosh. Almost intercepted.
Wow.
But the bot-like Madden character just watched the ball drop to the ground. That's the most frustrating thing about playing Madden sometimes. But that's a huge, almost sack. You get them back to that 20, 25-yard line if they could have gotten it.
Yeah, that's a great play called defensively from Super Smash there. The fact that he was able to bring the heat and provide some pressure there for Allen, it took away every option available.
2nd and 10. Timeout going to be called here. Looks wants to rework his playbook potentially on defense. Is Super Smash.
Looked like he didn't like exactly what he saw from a defensive look there.
Yeah, I like that. They're running 2 deep zones. With cover 2 defense, nice and spread out. Secondary, not letting anything over and behind them. Wise decision here on defense. Keeping everything in front of you. Here comes the play, though. 2nd and 10, 14 seconds left in the first half. Super Smash, OG2. Okay, great game to start this game time tournament presented by Lenovo Legion. Let's see. For all these audibles and motions, a lot of confusion, a lot of dilly-dally for OG2K. Snap finally comes out. He's going to find Stefon Diggs, none other. Is that going to be enough, though? Still 10 seconds on the clock. He can run one more play just like that, maybe even two, and get himself in field goal position.
Yeah, I think maybe one is the safe thing here. You get another completion like that. There's that final timeout from Super Smash, but you run one more play like that, get to the boundary, get out of bounds, stop the clock, and with around 4 or 5 seconds, you either kick the field goal, go back up by 7, or maybe even take a shot at the end zone, depending on what happens on this play. Right here would be about a 64-yard field goal if he was incomplete.
All the time in the world here. Oh, ball's almost intercepted. Bad throw. Josh Allen there. And now, with only 4 seconds left, 1 play left, I don't think he's in field goal range, so expect the Hail Mary here. That's one thing I liked about the play before last, right? That outplay, 10, 15-yard out from Stefon Diggs. Really brilliant. You saw his defense was playing a really deep zone coverage, so the flats are going to be a lot more open there, the deep flats. Looks like he's going for it.
Got to take a shot at the end zone here. 64-yard field goal. That would be pretty wild in Madden, especially in an outdoor arena. No weather, though, so you're not going to get any help from the wind whatsoever. This is just Hail Mary time.
That's right. He's going to bomb it out, air it out. A lot more white than blue, and it's going to be intercepted. That's going to be it for the half here. So 7-3. We got ourselves a typical, Bills defensive showdown at least. 7-3 is the score up in Buffalo as we go into the second half.
Yeah, good job by Super Smash there. Put points on the board. I think it was a conservative play call, but in a game like this, you're hoping now to get a stop. If you're going to call something like that, then you're anticipating your defense getting a stop, whether it's a turnover, get the ball back, or maybe try and kick an onside kick. That could work too to start the second half. That always provides an interesting wrinkle.
Wow. Interesting start, interesting play to kick things off here.
Maybe that played into the original play calling of kicking the field goal. He probably felt pretty confident in the fact that he could kick the onside, try and win the race to the football there. Just didn't work out in his favor.
That's right. 3 steps ahead of us, potentially, is Super Smash, but yeah, now puts OG in a position where he can do more of the Stefon Diggs goodness. Great jukes. Another great play picked up. Same exact playbook, same exact strategy here for OG.
Yeah, I really like this screen action that's working on the outside. You can see just how agile Stefon Diggs is. Ooh, stacked receivers to both sides against a 2-high safety look. Look for something to cross underneath here to make something happen.
Yeah, it's going to be another great bomb here. Getting some more folks involved. That puts them right in the red zone. And it's a perfect situation of the red zone where you can still pick up a first down if needed. But in Madden, not necessarily as relevant. 1st and 10 on the 14-yard line. Stefon Diggs, beautiful plays. Can he drive it in? No, his teammate couldn't push him in. He's going to be down at the 1-yard line.
Man, just another screenplay. Everything's working that direction. If you're right now, Super Smash has to get up and press at the line of scrimmage, try and knock off that timing a bit.
Touchdown picked up, 13-3. Rack up an additional PAT, and just like that, that's exactly what we feared, right? With Super Smash going for that field goal. Does something risky. Again, with the onside kick, we saw some of his willingness to take risks early on by going for it on 4th down. Didn't necessarily pay off here. Now he's got himself in a hole. Has to certainly need 7 here in this drive.
Yeah, you need 7, and then maybe you start going onside kick from here on out because you're down. You start playing the possession game. Right now you're down by a possession. I know technically it's 2 possessions, but with the football intact in Madden, you need to score and then you need another look. So you got to find a way to get a possession back here and convert on the offensive end. He hasn't been able to finish a drive yet, so I think that confidence level needs a spark. He needs 7 on this drive.
Well, that's a great way to start if it wasn't for a knocked out dropped pass again. He's been facing a few of those today. And I agree with that. He's got to score quick, and I think he can avoid onside kicks depending on how fast he scores in this drive. That's why he's coming out aggressive, right? You don't see him running the ball anymore. Yeah. He's going straight to the air, trying to get the ball downfield quick. Does not have to onside kick. Just one defensive stop is all he needs, and he's in control of his game. It all starts with a touchdown here, and it's not off to a good start.
Well, and you also talk about decision-making from a wide receiver standpoint and a quarterback standpoint. Now you see maybe a little bit of rattle here. I mean, OG2KYT has done a good job of putting pressure on Josh Allen in this scenario, but for the most part, they've had open wide receivers. He hasn't been throwing to those open wide receivers. You got to know your playbook, and you got to find a way to convert. And I think at times here in this game, Super Smash hasn't necessarily done that. There's the pressure.
That's right. The pressure's going to come through, and that's going to be a 4th and 10 at this point. Everything says punt. He's going to be going for it. He knows he's behind by 2 scores. Knows he needs to score quick. OG has been showing no signs of slowing down on offense. And now just between a rock and a hard place. But you got to give your hat off to the great defense from OG2KYT. More on that after this play. 4th and 10, big play. Could be the play of the game. And this time, their tight end's able to hold on to it and connects for the first down.
Wow, right at the marker. What a play call. And I talked about confidence. That was the confidence. You knew the route that was happening. You knew where the defense was. Be sure to connect on it and don't second guess. I think there have been times when Super Smash has second guessed. That hesitation has gotten to him. Now that he's able to get into a rhythm, let's see if he can work it down the field.
That's a great point. I'd like to see quicker release out of Josh Allen here. He's holding on the ball for a long time. There seems to be a few folks open, a few windows. You know, Josh Allen has the arm. Put it on a whistle and get it right through to his receiver here. Again, he's going to take his time, roll out. Another run's going to come through. This time bombs it, baits the corner, and just like that, James Cook. Can he score, though? Has to be one. Not going to do so. A brilliant play. Finally uses his feet to bait and then fires one off to James Cook.
Yeah, good job on the tackle. Last man standing there, but that was the timing route. Wait for James Cook to break open. Wait for that defense to bite down on the run threat of Josh Allen as he rolled out on the bootleg and then tossed it over the top to a wide open man. Great play.
He said he needed a quick score. We got 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Back to the run game. He hasn't gotten anything going with the run game. I think the largest run he's had so far, 3 to 5 yards maximum. So this OG2KYT defense has been solid.
Yeah, you can't necessarily abandon the run because you got to keep the team balanced, and maybe he goes right back to it. Yeah, it's not working here. Get back to the pass game, because now you're in a situation where this is an obvious passing down, and if you don't convert on 3rd and goal, you're going to go for it again on 4th and goal, and you're in an obvious passing down there as well. So interesting play calls on the horizon here for Super Smash.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kind of put himself into a corner here with the play calls to start. Okay, with the run on 1st down, if it doesn't work, go straight to the feet, straight back to it, and this time it's going to be to Gabe Davis. Immediate stop. Tries to take a page out of OG's playbook with the quick pass out. But Gabe Davis perhaps doesn't have the moves, just like Stephon Diggs does.
Here's the one thing in this situation. I wouldn't be mad with a field goal. You're back down by 1 possession. You need to get a possession back anyways. So, yeah, kick the field goal. I like this. I actually completely agree with this. Kick the field goal. You stay within a possession, knocked it through, and now you need to stop, because you needed to stop anyways. Now you get a chance to put that stop together. Even with what we said earlier of trying to put 7 on the board, I think that would certainly help. But this is just as good, and now you just have to get the 2-point conversion later on.
Yeah, but he's going to go again for an onside kick, and that's going to be another missed opportunity here. So I do agree with you on that. Thoughts on the onside kick? It feels a little bit forced with 6 minutes left in the game. You got some time to make a stop, and now he's basically guaranteed a score here for OG.
Yeah, maybe this is a this is a thought process. Maybe the fact that he's not confident in the defense and what they can do from getting a stop. You got to force a turnover here now, like you said, because if not, there's points on the board the other way.
Yeah, 3 and out or a turnover, and that's going to be a good start. Ball's going to barely fly out there, though, so avoiding the sack, which he's done a great job of, OG, the entire game.
Love it whenever you can bring pressure off the edge there and get a free release from the defense like that, no chip or anything from the offensive side. And it allowed for everything to crash down in the pocket. That was a great play call and a perfect time to bring pressure.
We did get word that Cruz will move on to the grand finals over I Have It in their other side of the semifinal bracket. So Cruz is watching right now, studying a lot of these cheeky plays in his playbook right now coming from OG. But that's going to be a great first down pickup. Again, more of the same. It's working. And you wonder if Super Smash can do anything to stop it. Just a quick throw out, quick release over to Stephon Diggs, and no one's there.
Yeah, like I said, at this point, the screen game is all about timing. If you can get up, press at the line of scrimmage, put hands on these wide receivers immediately, then all of a sudden it disrupts the timing. Then you're either able to make a tackle with a limited gain or even get back behind the line of scrimmage. Perfect, right there. That time he put Stephon Diggs in motion. The timing allowed and the defense allowed for Pryor to get over there and make a tackle. Or excuse me, that was Micah Hyde that made the tackle. But you get over there and make a play like that, that's a difference maker. Here you go. Now you see all of them pressing up. You see that defense coming forward. That disrupts the timing of the screen game, and I think could change things overall as we go into the fourth.
Yeah, that's right. I think OG's done a great job recognizing Super Smash has been loving the zone coverage. I think man-to-man's needed as well to shut that down. I think changing his defensive coverage up might be too little too late, though, given the situation now. It's about to be a 2-score game if they can get a turnover. But nonetheless, ain't over until it's over. 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We got ourselves a great one. 1-score game for now. OG's trying to change that. Second and 10. Back to Josh Allen and right back out. Stephon Diggs is going to be wide open again. Defender stops in his tracks. And Stephon with a little jiggy, shimmy, touchdown. Stephon Diggs, OG2KYT, goes up big.
Man, and that was the thing for Super Smash. That one, I'm sure his gut dropped on that because if we were even able to look at a replay there, he had the manned defender, the safety, or excuse me, it was the nickel corner. It was Douglas. He was manned up on him, had the user come into the backfield. He had a chance for a tackle for loss. If he has the tackle for loss there, it brings up 3rd and long, and then who knows what happens from that point forward. But as soon as he missed that tackle, it was Diggs off to the races, and he's not going to lose a race like that. That was a gut punch, and now with 4:54 left, you got to score, and you got to score quick, and then it's onside kick time. You can't allow for another possession from OG2KYT. What a move from Diggs, but that's the type of play you're going to have to continue to make.
Yeah, that's a great point. More of the same is needed, and even better point before it. It is an absolutely heart-wrenching way to come out this close to a tackle for loss, or an opportunity to maybe even get the ball back if he misses the field goal, because it wasn't a gimme field goal either. But now down 21-6 with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You got to go big. You need more big-time plays. He's going to continue to send them. Finds one out. Stephon Diggs again out of bounds the pass.
Oh, that was close. I thought he had a chance to toe drag that and get it in play. I don't know if you want to waste a challenge on that or a timeout there, but yeah, just a little bit out of play.
Yeah, he's loved the corner route. Stephon Diggs, see what he opts with here. Bombs it deep downfield. Stephon Diggs open again. That's going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what he needed.
Yeah, that was exactly what he needed. And quick strike ability. He only took off 51 seconds on that drive. That play's been there. The middles have been there in between the hash marks throughout this game, and now he's able to take advantage of it and then get off to the races.
Well, we know he dug himself in a hole, but that's at least a start. There's light at the end of the tunnel right now for Super Smash. But again, he's going to have to go for 2 eventually. He's going to go for it now, try his hand. And if he can convert here, well, that makes it a 1-score game. So a must-convert 2-point conversion here. Gives it to James Cook. It's going to be wide open. That's going to be 2 points picked up. We got ourselves a game.
That is a gutsy play call, but I love it from Super Smash to have that outside run that hasn't worked all day against that defense. And I said it earlier, an obvious passing down whenever they were inside the 10-yard line, the most recent opportunity. This time it looked like it would be obvious just because of the lack of running game. He goes right back to it, had the confidence to get to the pylon.
Oh my gosh, risky pickup right there. Another onside kick. That's the 3rd onside kick of the game for Super Smash. So again, 4 minutes left, 1-score game. I mean, maybe there's something I don't know here in competitive Madden, but all you need with 3 timeouts especially is a defensive stop. You got yourself a win, but maybe he knows he can't stop that outside play and this little cheeky behavior coming out of OG. Maybe OG's got himself a little bit of a tough to break code here.
Yeah, it's a play action, and once you get blocked up like that, there's little that you can do to stop it without gaining 7, 8, or plus yardage like that. Again, you got to get up at the line of scrimmage, maybe provide some safety help, bring in some safeties, but then that allows for something to come over the top. There you see him bring both Douglas and Pryor down to try and make something happen. Now he's in the slot, and they run it right up the middle. Good stop, though. Brings up 3rd and short.
Yeah, big 3rd down, as OG would have a decision to make if he can stop it here. Field goal or go for it. It'll be a long field goal. If he misses, gives great field position to his opponent, but not going to matter. He'll get the first down.
Nice job. Just ground and pound it. And now you get the ground and pound the clock as well, because you could work it all the way down to the 2-minute warning, and then timeouts start becoming a factor. And then at that point, OG 2KYT, if he's able to get a first down and allow Super Smash to waste his timeouts, then all of a sudden you're able to run the clock out, and there's nothing you could do.
A massive play. We figured if he could figure out this code, could solve it. This is the slowest run back. He's taking his time here. That's going to be a touchdown picked up. We got a tied game.
Jumping the route. What a job by Super Smash. I mean, he's going to say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And then fool me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. I'm going to get you at some point. And he was able to do it. Knew what was coming there, jumped the route, and he takes it back. Wow, what an exciting moment for Super Smash to bring what is a phenomenal finale for this. We got 2:11 left. I was just talking about running out the clock. And at that time, I mean, this is a completely different ball game now.
Yeah, unbelievable. This is, says made the Dallas Cowboys Game Time Tournament that much more exciting. Easily the best matchup we've seen since we've had a chance to cast our last tournament in this one as well. 21-21. Jumps the route. Yeah, you're right. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Doesn't let it happen for a second time there. Adjusts, cracks the code, and now we get ourselves a ball game with 2 minutes left on the clock, tied at 21. And ball on the 25-yard line here after the touchback.
Let's see if it takes that play out of the playbook for OG 2KYT, because if he does that again and then it's intercepted again, that's a game changer in the opposite direction. So I don't know if I could do that with the same confidence, that like go through that play again with the same confidence that I had through the entirety of this ball game. And you mentioned it earlier, saying Super Smash was 3 steps ahead of us. Maybe he was 4 or 5 steps ahead of us. He was saying, you know what, you can run that play all you want, but once it gets to the 4th quarter, that ain't happening, and I'm taking it back for a pick 6. Maybe he's playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers.
Yeah, he just kept that in his pocket, saved it for the 4th quarter, picked up an easy 7. Perhaps that was the case. We thought he couldn't solve it. Well, he had it well solved. Matt Milano on the tackle. That's 2 tackles picked up for him, 21 apiece, and he's just sticking to the ground game. Yes, you're right. We haven't seen it since that quick release, and I don't know if we'll see it again. But let's just see what else OG has in his playbook. Ooh. Dangerous.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think I would put that play in the rotation anymore. I don't know if I can run that with the same confidence level that I did early in the game. And maybe OG 2KYT feels confident running that regardless, but with the way that those last 2 snaps like that have gone, you're going to have to find a way to move the ball in a different direction.
What a story this is. 45 seconds left. Opportunity right in the hands here for OG. He's just got to seize it. Drives the ball downfield. All he needs is a field goal. So another 20, 30 yards will do it. Can he make it happen? Or will the young 21-year-old Zach from Columbus, Ohio, and the University of Cincinnati, can he shut it down with some great defense? Takes Lewis back to defend. Ball's going to be out. Going to be overthrown there. We'll want that one back.
Yeah, that one's rough. And here's the conversation. Do you go for it knowing on 4th and 8, if you don't get it, that's the ball game? I think I would punt it away and try and win this thing in overtime. Hopefully you win the coin toss, but that's not the case. You're going to try and go for it here. This is your ball game, whether he gets it or not.
Could we have written a better story here for round number 1, Kyle? What a match this has been between Super Smash and OG. It all comes down to this. Like you said, this is the ball game. He misses this out. Field goal range almost instantly for Zach, a.k.a. Super Smash. Here it goes. 4th down and long. Throws it deep, finds one. It's going to be the tight end. Picked up, doesn't drop it, hangs on to it, and keeps the dream alive for OG.
Oh, a heart stop for a second, because there was a hard hit laid down on Dalton Kincaid. And it was a great play call, great route. He was able to throw it and sit it into that open spot on the field. But when the hit laid down, I was just expecting the ball to pop out there. The fact that, like you said, he didn't drop it, that is a game changer, and it allows for one couple opportunities here down the stretch.
That's right. I'm sure if I'm Super Smash, I'm pissed. You know, you've had 3 or 4 drops in the same exact fashion, right, all game long. The one time you need one, you don't get it.
This one
still not field goal position?
Nope, 63-yard field goal is where we're at right now. So they would need at least another first down to even make this a makeable field goal in this situation.
I've been impressed with Super Smash's defense here. It'd be a tragic way to lose, but only 14 seconds left in the clock. One more time out. The sack is going to come, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Fourth quarter. Timeout forced to be called, and that drives a 3rd and 20. Takes them well out of field goal range as well.
Brings the middle blitz. It was a delayed blitz. You waited for the linebacker and waited for the hole to develop, then you bring the heat up the stretch. I really love that play call. Super Smash has been deep into the playbook here in the second half to allow him an opportunity to win this game. Now you need one more stop to try and force this into OT.
It all comes down to this, 3rd and 20. Last opportunity, sack almost comes. The pressure's there. It's going to be intercepted. Super Smash performs, ice in his veins. This kid is clutch. And just like that, he gives himself an opportunity for one play left.
So you're at the 48. This would be about a 55-yard field goal. That's where you're at here. If you wanted to kick it, it's a long field goal. No weather, remember. No wind will work in your favor here. I think this is the right opportunity. Just take a shot at it and then go to OT.
Yeah, not even going to get that shot. We're going into overtime. What a start for the Dallas Cowboys game time tournament. We got ourselves a nail-biter. Both teams selected the Bills. Super Smash, 21 years old, from Ohio, going up against OG 2KYT, and it's going into overtime.
Yeah, 15 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. The way you're able to work back into it with that pick 6 on the play that had worked against you the entirety of this ball game. What a story, and the way that he was able to make things happen down the stretch was massive. Phenomenal job by Super Smash to force overtime, and then it's up to the coin toss. Now he's got to play a little bit more defense.
If I were to judge based on the first 3 quarters, you just thought OG was outclassing. Really couldn't confuse him with the playbook. But fourth quarter was all Super Smash all day. And right now, going into this OT, it's hard to pick a favorite team here and who's the underdog. I don't know. If you had to make a prediction, if you're a betting man, who are you picking here to win this one?
I mean, winning the ball, winning the coin toss here is huge. Getting an opportunity to go on offense. Because if you go down and you score, it's over. And so if we're playing NFL overtime rules, which I believe that is the case, you go down, you score here, it's done. With that being said, outside of the interception, he's done that. He's gone down and scored. So I would give the benefit to whoever gets the ball first, and in this case, it would be OG 2KYT.
Yeah. He's going to go right back to that quick release, finally gets it going here after a few failed attempts and an interception that got us here in the first place. If you're just tuning in, welcome everybody. A great matchup here. This is the Dallas Cowboys game time tournament. Cowboys have quickly become my favorite team in the NFL as they host esports tournaments consistently, which I love to see as a pro gamer. We got a big fight here. Stephon Diggs grinding downfield, picks up 9, but a big fight between Super Smash and OG 2KYT. Your 2 finalists from the qualifiers. Hundreds of players played in qualifiers for a chance to make it here. Only 4-1 are 4 different qualifiers. And the winner of this will move on to the grand finals for a chance to win the VIP experience, tickets to a Cowboys game in the VIP experience at AT&T Stadium. Back to the ground goes OG, nothing but. Second and 7 now. For OG 2KYT. By the way, the blue team is OG 2KYT's. We got a mirrored game matchup here. He's going to find James Cook wide open down the middle. Nice jukes can come through. Another one, sidestep, gets a few yards after catch, and just like that, puts himself on the 30-yard line. And you were right. You nailed it, Kyle. He now has the opportunity to control his fate and end this game right now.
Yep, find the end zone. It's done. If he puts 3 points or less on the board, then all of a sudden you get an opportunity for Super Smash. But clock isn't necessarily a factor here. There's plenty of time. You're not going to necessarily run the clock out. You just got to continue to work to your playbook and work to your advantage.
Wide open Stephon Diggs, and he comes up with the catch, and that's going to be a touchdown. OG with the win. If this is NFL-style rules, which I believe it is. No, it's not. No, sorry, this is the 2-point conversion. but the game would be over, so they wouldn't even shoot. Yeah, this is not NFL-style rules. We have ourselves a full overtime here. And that's why I thought I saw Super Smash win the coin toss and elect it to kick. And that's why he did it. And he knew that this was an NFL-style rule. So we still have a match here.
Okay, so there you go. That was my one question on whether or not it was regular season rules. I mean, we're in a semifinal matchup, right?
That's true.
So it should be the
right.
playoff rules, which both teams get an opportunity here. And so, again, time no factor. 3:22 left. You got a chance here to get the football back, go down, and now having that opportunity, you can go and put 2 points on the board with a 2-point conversion and win it. So first you got to find the end zone here. I believe an interception or something here would end it. But if that's not the case, then, I mean, we'll keep rolling for the final 3:22. But this is exciting. I'm pumped that this is the gameplay. Both teams get an opportunity here to try and go and win it.
Yeah, agreed. Playoff rules obviously make sense, and I think following playoff rules to a T makes sense. So if they lose the ball here, game's over. But not sure if that's the case for sure. But nonetheless, glad it wasn't accidentally. I could see this being an oversight. Accidentally set to regular season rules, and if you're Super Smash, you're pissed. But of course, our administration team does not miss any details here. Shout out to our crew that's behind the scenes, Isaac, our producer, and the entire team making this happen. As we go 2nd and 9 here in overtime between the Bills and the Bills. Ball's going to be caught by Sherfield Sr. once again. 5th or 6th year receiver out of Vanderbilt. That's going to be a first down.
Yeah, I really like that play. Wait for it to develop. He had an open seam right down that right hash mark. Didn't take it because there was some cornerback help. If that's a bad throw, that's a dangerous throw. It would have had to be perfect. So go with the wide open man. You can't force a turnover here. That's the number one thing for Super Smash. You got to take care of the football.
Yeah, that is crucial. Because all the time in the world, going to find a wide open Stephon Diggs, exactly what he needed. Gets himself into scoring territory with 2 minutes left on the clock.
Great job. That corner route has been there the entire time. Keep running that if it's going to work. With these stacked receivers that trips set to the left, I think you can maybe find something like that again. He's set up in it now. Watch for 14 in that same route.
Yeah, 4 for 4 in that same corner route. Stephon Diggs almost every single time. It's been absolute money for them. He's going to run it again, but this time catches him tripping. It's going to be Gabe Davis instead with a 15, 16-yard gain. Puts himself in 1st and goal territory. No huddle offense. Running right back to the line. Are the Bills with a minute left.
I still can't believe we're in this situation. The way that first half went and Super Smash it looks like a completely different team. And the way that he's able to run and all this motion, it looks like what we saw from OG2KYT early on.
Yeah, that's right. He says, I can do trickery too. 2 can play this game. Stephon Diggs on motion right all the way back as a sole receiver to the right. What's he going to go to is the question here. After all that, it's going to be another run. Can he break the tackle? No, he cannot. Just a yard or 2 picked up. 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that was tight. It looked like Cook might have been able to spin out of that and what was an initial look from the tackle underneath. But taken down. Hyde can't make the stop. 30 seconds left, by the way, so time running thin. Got to make it into the end zone.
Oh, my goodness. He gets stopped on the 1-yard line. Josh Allen shows some athleticism. Dive for once. No, I'm just kidding. Madden animations at its finest, and he gets tackled at the 1. You thought he easily could have snuck that in. But instead, the defense comes through and stays alive for OG.
Yeah, I don't think you can do anything else here but sneak it, right? You've got 1 timeout left. You should have 2 opportunities here. Why not get under center and sneak this inside? You are inside the 1. Look at where that ball is settled on the left side of your screen here. I mean, you were at the 1-inch line. Work it inside. And I mean, we talked about the tush push with the Philadelphia Eagles. This would be the Josh push.
He's not going to get it in or punch it in. So now, as if this game has not been suspenseful enough, it's all going to come down to one final 4th and goal play here. Wow.
So here's the thing. You got to do it twice, right? You've got to go you got to hit 1 here from about the 2-yard line. So it's basically a 2-point conversion. And then you got to turn around and have another 2-point conversion if you want to win the game outright. So you've got to, you're going to use the same play style, play sheet that you would use in a matter of moments, but you got to convert once in order to even have a shot at it.
Well, can he get the first conversion? Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to this. 4th and goal in overtime, down 7 points is Super Smash. 21 years old, has shown he's so clutch before, wants to run it in. He's going to get it intercepted. That's going to be it. The ball game is over. Heartbreaking end to what a remarkable story it was for Super Smash, coming all the way back from down 21-6. But instead, OG 2K YT will advance to the grand finals to play against Cruz, who advanced over I Have It in his semifinal matchup.
Yeah, that one's heartbreaking. Super Smash did everything he could. 15 unanswered in the 4th quarter to work back into it. But down the stretch, I mean, just play calling, it looked great all the way up. And I go back to that 3rd down at the goal line, the 1-inch line. You're so close there. I would just quarterback sneak it in. I would quarterback sneak it. I would find a way to work into the end zone, even from just a small factor there. That was the number one play call that I would switch. I thought everything else, Super Smash did a great job of putting himself in position to win that game. To the right, maybe he was trying to equal and throw a little jab at OG 2KYT at the end there. Oh man, heartbreaker for Super Smash, and what was a phenomenally played game. I thought both teams deserved to win. It was just that one play call down the stretch that went the opposite direction.
Yeah, you're right. The screen instead, and I think maybe he thought that his opponent thought he was going to be quarterback sneaking in. A lot of people obviously thought that was going to be coming through, but instead tried catching him off guard. It didn't work out, and of course, recapping the game right now, it all started with that first fumble, which was costly. But Super Smash went down early, made up for it and more with the pick 6 that we're going to see later on. But it was a great game from start to finish, as you see here.
Yeah, OG2KYT did a great job of opening up the offense early, and we saw the screenplay often. And whenever Super Smash started to sell out to stop the screen, that's when the open plays were there. We were able to find James Cook into the end zone. You saw Stephon Diggs down the stretch work into open spaces, and it opened up the offense once the screenplay was working. But then as the stretch continued, you saw Super Smash put more pressure on Josh Allen, put more opportunity, and tried to force some mistakes. That didn't work. So what else did you do? You sold out on the outside and tried to stop that exact play that was so crucial, so effective to Stephon Diggs. And it turned into the pick 6 down the stretch and allowed for Super Smash to even push it into overtime and what was a phenomenally played Madden match and something that I think everybody would have had fun getting the chance to watch.
Yeah, well summarized here. The highlights will continue to show how it all went down. We mentioned down 21-6. Well, this is how it happened. Really brilliant run-in. Yeah. 4 players pursuing on Stephon Diggs right there. Down 21-6. What can you do? You thought this was almost over. It's the 4th quarter. There's 5 minutes left. Well, that's how you respond. A quick drive down the field, quick score coming through, converts the 2-point conversion, and this was the big play. The pick 6, finally putting a response to that quick release outright and that quick screen. Poyer scores it, runs it back, and boy, do we have a ball game in our hands there. Defensive stop came through as well, forced overtime, but in overtime, OG showed up. Performed right there, drove it downfield, got a score, and then had a great defensive stand after a valiant response here coming through from Super Smash. He gets it in, 4th and goal, interception, just couldn't get it in, but they didn't show the replays there. It's exactly what you mentioned. That 3rd and 1 non-quarterback sneak call ended up costing him.
Yeah, I think that was the number one thing is if you sneak it in, that's a touchdown. Then you have the conversation of, okay, do we kick the PAT? Or do you go for 2 there and try and win it? I think at that point you go for the 2, you try and win it. And man, I really, again, I want to give hats off to both teams. I think both teams did a great job. I thought Super Smash early on, it looked a little outmatched by OG 2KYT, but the way that he bounced back was incredible. And the way that he forced that into overtime was a memorable win. And I think he showed that, no, he wasn't outmatched. Maybe he got off to a slow start, had the big fumble early that was inside the 10-yard line. And anytime you fumble inside the 10-yard line, it's going to affect you. And it was effective early on, but then able to work back into it. And then it allowed for really what was a great finish in overtime. Got down to the 1 inch line. That's how close these games are. That's how close these matchups are, is it could be separated by 1 inch, and you saw it on that one.
Yeah, that's what you'd expect from finalists. By the way, anyone watching right now, that could be you playing in the finals in our Cowboys Game Time tournament. Open qualifiers, open to everybody. The winner of the qualifiers made it here. That was 4 players. So that tells me we'll see more Dallas Cowboys tournaments presented by Lenovo Legion. It was a great matchup to start things off, and that sets us up for our grand final matchup. OG2KYT going up live against Cruz. It's going to be an amazing one, but guess what? Before then, we got a little bit of a Lenovo Legion halftime show. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a very quick break. When we come back, Lenovo Legion halftime show featuring some hardware here, courtesy of my man Kyle Yeomans. He's going to be showing off the Lenovo Legion Go, which is insane. I literally might go pick one up for my nephew for Christmas right after this broadcast. We'll be right back. We got that on the flip side. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, Lenovo Legion halftime show right after this. Welcome back, everybody, to Dallas Cowboys Game Time, sponsored by Lenovo Legion. After a great semifinal matchup, we're geared up and ready for a grand final matchup that's going to be an amazing one to watch. OG going up live against Cruz. But before that, we told you it'd be a short break. We're back with the Lenovo Legion halftime show. And we got a special unboxing and display of some hardware that I think you're going to like. I'm going to go ahead and throw it over to Kyle here. I know you've been waiting for this one. You've been excited for it. I'll throw it over to you.
I received this package on my desk about 4 days ago, and I've wanted to open this up and get going for 4 days now. I mean, I've been counting down every single moment for this. This is the Lenovo Legion Go. This is a brand new piece of technology from our friends over at Lenovo. They sent this to the Star in Frisco. I mean, you can see you got the trophies behind me, you got the monitor loop behind me. And now in front of me, I've got a monitor that is built for gaming on the go. So I'm really excited about this. I'm even going to move the camera down so that way you guys get a front row seat at how this is going to work. So I've got this thing opened up. And even here, look at this unboxing from what we've got from this point forward. I mean, this is gorgeous. Straight off the top, you've got the cover of what is a portable case underneath here. You got the shiny side of it. The charger is to the left here, or excuse me, to the right. I don't know my directions apparently. Got my charger right here. The charger's nice and wrapped up. And this is actually a crucial part of this whole piece because it is fast charging. It's got that USB-C. And I saw it on the box. I was really excited about it. So you've got multiple chargers that could work like this. This one, of course, the 65 watts from Lenovo. It's an easy, lightweight product to use, and it's a quick charger. But this is the part that really is exciting. So you've got this open here. It is a beautiful cover. You've got the Lenovo on the background, the Legion logo. You got some nice little gadget looks here. Let me make sure and show that to the camera. And then you open this thing up. Oh man, I'm so excited about this. Not gonna lie. Here you go. That's the Legion Go. My goodness. It is a processing power of a gaming PC in the palm of your hands. It really is fantastic. I'm going to move the box out of the way. We got a great look at the box. There it is. Boom. Look at this thing. This thing is absolutely nuts. It is hardcore. You get to just pull the little tab and it pops out of here. It's got both gaming controllers on one side. So you got the detachable right here on the right side. You can pop that off just like that. And you can pop off the left one just like, oh, this one's a little bit tougher to pop out of here. Make sure not to break it. There we go. Boom. Can't break it. It's too durable. That's the number one thing. So then you've got basically in the palm of your hand, you've got a gaming PC. You've got its own PC. It's got a stand here on the back. It's got the cooling components on the back here as well. Up top, it's got some cooling and some ventilation here too. And whenever you pop it on, once it's ready to go, let's make sure it's ready to go. There it is. Legion popping up right there. The Lenovo Legion Go. It's a Windows 11 gaming PC powered by AMD Ryzen 7 series processor. So I've got my pin. I'm going to hide that from you. I don't want you to know my pin, guys. I can't be having that. But then you pop up into what is a desktop. I mean, look at this. That is a pure and simple desktop all the way through. I know I've got my ring light here, so you got a little bit of glare. Stick with us on that. You've got your entire lower bar here as you would on any other Windows 11 device. You've got the Windows Store, so you can pop up, and you got your settings and everything here. Everything touchscreen-wise, look how quickly that even works from a touchscreen standpoint. Then you pop it up, and this is the Legion menu. So you've got your own menu that you can pull up, and you've got gaming possibilities here. You can add game platforms. Of course, I've got my Xbox already in here because that's what I use back at home. So now let's try and play some games here. So I asked for this to, and I don't want to restart it. I asked for this to be preloaded with some games. Because, I mean, I'm a gaming guy, too. I'm not as much as Fallout. I know Fallout's listening. He's more of the gamer himself. But I love to go home and play games, including racing games. So I've got Forza on here, Forza Horizon. This is launching the game currently. While it's launching, I'm even going to put on some of these controllers back on. Make sure to click here as it's loading. It doesn't take very long to load. And Forza, as some of you at home might know, it takes a long time to load, and this doesn't take that long. I mean, we're starting from scratch here. Looky there. Look at that display. 8.8-inch QHD plus display. So, I mean, this is next level. Left controller attached gives you some little notifications there at the bottom. You can switch down here at the bottom. You can go to FPS mode, which is, of course, the screen only. Oh, my gosh. Look at that. That looks like a console at home with Forza. Look how quickly that actually started up here. Then you go here to controller. You go to gamepad mode. You switch this little switch down here. You got gamepad mode, and then you can hit continue. Look at it loading up. This is a gaming PC in the palm of your hand. I mean, Fallout, if you want to jump back in here, have you ever seen anything like this? I mean, this is unbelievable.
Never in my life.
When I got this, and this isn't even just like I'm excited because I'm a gamer and I love working with new technology like this. I'm amazed. I really am. I am absolutely amazed. Look how quickly that was. That was the entire game of Forza and how quickly that just loaded. That's unbelievable.
That's insane. The part I've never seen before that's crazy to me is the fact that it's a full Windows 11 PC. Like when you mentioned that, I had to double take for a second and ask you, did you say it's an actual PC? I thought it was its own OS, its own software, like a Game Boy or a PS Vita or PSP back in the day. But no, this is a full-blown computer, can run any game on Windows while also having the custom Lenovo Legion software that boots up games. And yeah, look at those graphics. Wow.
Look at this. I'm even going to turn it up. You got the volume up here, so I'm going to turn it up. just so that way you can hear it. I don't know if we probably got a music license that we probably can't do, so I'm going to turn that back down because I don't know. I don't want to get into any copyright trouble here, but I mean, here we go. We got my little Corvette rolling, got something going here. I know our sponsor is Ford. I need to switch to a Ford Bronco or something cool to work with, but this is it. I mean, this is Forza on the Lenovo Go, and I mean, I'm doing donuts in the middle here, just getting ready to roll. I mean, it is a beautiful gaming device. So, it has everything you've ever wanted.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, and clearly the gamepad is really solid. The joysticks, the hardware is nice, right? So that's one benefit. But I'm guessing you could also plug in a mouse and keyboard via Bluetooth, or I'm not sure if there's any USB ports on there, USB-A or USB-C ports. But are you able to plug in directly through ports, or is it all Bluetooth enabled?
So there are multiple USB-C ports.
USB-C,
so you've got a headphone port here. You've got an SD card here. So if you wanted to load your SD significance there, you could. And then you've got one USB port here and then one on the bottom. So you could charge it on one, and then you could pop it down here on the bottom. Okay, see, now I switched it to my bronze Ford Bronco, so now we can drive around a little bit better.
I thought you were joking about that. You actually have a Ford Bronco unlocked in the game. That's amazing.
Well, as I pulled it up in my default car, it's just one of those that they give you for free. I had to earn this Ford Bronco because it's next level. But I mean, you go into this open world all the way through, and I mean, you're playing the game as is, and it has the same exact feel as it would on a console. The processing power. I mean, you can even see. Look on the horizon. I know it's called Forza Horizon, but look how far out that renders. Oh, I went the wrong direction. I mean, look how far out it renders. I'm just driving into shrubbery, but the way that this works out is unbelievable. It's so crisp, it's so clean, and then the controllers are fantastic. And you can play in a number of different things. You can customize your gameplay just as you would on a console, and then go from there. So it really is a fantastic piece of equipment. I'm definitely not giving this back. I am going to keep this one forever. If they expected me to give this back, then they were wrong. This will be my entertainment for the rest of my life, because it's that cool. Awesome. But really, like I said, if you even wanted to go, if you want to pull up side menus, they have performance mode, power saving mode. You can customize your modes on the way your gameplay, whatever benefits you the most. You've got all of these settings, gameplay, controllers, lighting effects, touchpad. You can enable the touchpad to do certain things because the touchpad has the mouse. As you can see, the mouse is here. This is there's a little touchpad right here. It's so customizable to what you want all the way through. I can't wait to dive even deeper into this. It really is a great piece of equipment, and something that I can't wait to continue to explore.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, we'll bring back the 2 box up as you wrap up there. Hopefully, you don't get too addicted and
I was about to say,
Forza Horizon. There, we got a match to cast here, my friend. But
I don't know if I can put this down. That's the problem. I'm going to be playing games all the way through. I got to get Madden on here. Got to find a way to put Madden on here and make it work along the same lines. But and it's easily storable too. I mean, look at the way that it just fits right back in to that portable box. I mean, it's all high quality stuff, and this is going to last forever. It really will. Got the charger. Got to find a way to put the charger back in here, but really, really cool stuff, and I'm excited to play around with it a little bit more.
I love it. Well, that's awesome stuff, Kyle. Thank you for showcasing the greatness of the Lenovo Legion Go. And thanks everyone for watching.
My pleasure. Let me just put it that way. This is my pleasure to put this out. Oh, I knocked over my camera. But yeah, that's how excited I am.
Let the record show I did not receive a Lenovo Legion Go, so I may or may not be very jealous here. I'll just stick to my arcade cabinet behind me, I guess. Old school. But no, yeah, jokes aside, that's awesome. That was a great Lenovo Legion halftime show. The Lenovo Legion Go, make sure to pick it up, especially this holiday season, as a gift for anyone at home. And I'm not even kidding, not just saying this. Genuinely, my brother won't let my little nephew, who's 9 going on 10 years old, he won't let me buy him a PC, a gaming PC or a PC in general. He's very technology, just keep it limited. That might be a little workaround. Technically it's a PC. Alex doesn't need to know that. And you might just think it's a little handheld. We had Game Boys growing up, no problem. But in reality, it's a full PC. My nephew can play Fortnite and Minecraft and Roblox and any types of games. But no, that's awesome. I'm going to go check it out right now. Make sure to check out the Lenovo Legion Go online.
Oh, yeah. And that's the thing, too, is you talk about portable gaming, and everybody's tried to figure out portable gaming. It's never easy because you're limited in a processing power, especially whenever you're playing around, whenever you're trying to play competitively. This has the processing power to keep up with whatever console or whatever you're even trying to play on your PC. So completely different along the way. It's really exciting stuff.
That's right. Well, awesome stuff there, courtesy of Lenovo Legion. Thank you again for supporting. And everyone make sure to show support to Lenovo. Of course, support the folks that make this all possible. We wouldn't have a Dallas Cowboys game time tournament if it wasn't for them and the Cowboys. So thank you to both entities. As we're kicking off our grand final matchup, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The winner of this match will be the champion of the Dallas Cowboys game time tournament, but not just bragging rights. They're going to earn themselves a trip for two and a VIP experience to a Dallas Cowboys game. When we say VIP, we mean you're on the sidelines, close to the players, close to the coaching staff and team and personnel, and you have a chance to meet some of the head honchos and folks and I think tour facilities that you're in right now, Kyle, as well.
Yeah, we're here at the Star in Frisco, the headquarters. As we were calling that last matchup, Mike McCarthy walked by, gave us a nice little smile and a wave that the Cowboys play the Buffalo Bills. So Mike McCarthy's behind me trying to scheme up how to stop the Bills, and now both of these guys are going to try and do the same thing.
Yeah, you know Mike's tuning in and taking some notes as he's preparing here. No, jokes aside. That's right. Of course he is. Cruz, we didn't get a whole lot of info on him, but his go-to Madden playstyle is aired out. So we'll expect him to stick to the air game. And he's going up live against OG, who we didn't get any info on. So he's kind of a mystery guy for us. But we did see him play last game. We know what he's capable of. OG is playing as the blue team, Blue Bills. And we have Cruz playing as the White Bills, as we have a bit of a delay here as far as the technical issue here as we get back into gameplay in just a moment.
The one thing I will add to that, I mean, if we're talking about Cruz playing as an air it out style, he wants to really play over the top, take the top off of a defense. That's very contrast to what we saw from OG 2KYT in that first game. OG 2KYT wants to throw underneath. He wants to use the flats. He wants to use the screen game to his advantage. So you've got air it out on one side versus the methodically work it down the field, and then it opens something up over the top sort of mentality that we saw from OG 2KYT in that first game. So I'm excited to see how these two contrasting styles will go up against one another in order for that to take full slate and full advantage. So I don't know, Super Smash airing it out. He had better success
at times
airing it out, yeah. Right? I thought there were times where he did better whenever it was over the top. So maybe that is a weakness here and something that we can maybe see from Taylor and what he's able to employ in that matchup.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. And that definitely worked for Smash though. So as soon as he started playing a, really aerial heavy, send it downfield style of play, both times actually. One time you saw him score in the matter of 45 seconds. The second time he was able to drive the ball downfield as well. So, we'll see if that air it out style of play gives Cruz the upper hand against OG2K. But OG2K, on the flip side, his style is the exact opposite. Like you said, a lot of short game, quick passes, run game is solid, really, really solid defense you saw from him. He held Super Smash to 6 points throughout the entirety of the first three quarters. We'll see what comes out on top as we actually jump back into gameplay here. It's going to be a 7-0 lead off the rip for OG.
Yeah, and it didn't take him very long. I mean, these are 5-minute quarters and quick presentation gameplay. It took him 33 seconds off the clock to find the end zone. So interested to see. I mean, we just talked about him working methodically down the field. That didn't necessarily look like it was very methodical. More of chunk plays here in the early going, and now he brings some pressure with Von Miller off the edge, the Dallas native who's going to try and wreak havoc on the Dallas defense or Dallas offense this week, doing so against Josh Allen on that play.
Yeah, that's another thing that worked really, really well for OG in his last matchup. A lot of pressure from his linemen. Didn't really play a blitz-heavy defense. As we say that, it's going to be a 1-yard gain picked up for James Cook. 3rd and 9, though, and a really good start here for OG on the defensive side. Can Cruz respond?
Yeah, and remember that the way that OG 2KYT was able to hop out to a lead in that first game, it was the defense of the ball forcing the fumble early. Ooh, and a pick here to try and get it back.
Yeah, there you go. Pick, and he's going to return it back for some good yardage as well. And that's the risk, right? With the aired-out offense, that play style, it's kind of Cruz's go-to. You rip it up there into double coverage, you're definitely putting yourself at risk for OG to pick it off. That's exactly what's going to happen. OG is looking great right now, very well poised to take this one.
Yeah, had that really good screen working again, and the way that they've been able to use that all the way through has been fantastic. But then also you talk about the double coverage and the defense with the pressure. I mean, he has Cruz on on his heels, and we're not even halfway through this opening quarter.
Yeah, and this is kind of an option style of offense, right? He's noticing Cruz is sending guys out to cover against the quick release pass screen, and he's running it, and he's opening up the run in the inside. That's one thing we didn't see. We saw more of a balanced response from Super Smash. Now he's going to let it rip here a little bit. Finds Davis on the in, and that's going to be a touchdown. 2 in a row. Picked up quick. It's still the first quarter, by the way. OG2KYT goes up 14-0 at least to start this game.
Yeah, that's fantastic. To be able to work down the field so effortlessly, to take a 2-score lead with, again, we're still not halfway through the first quarter. This could not have gone more to plan for OG2KYT, and we mentioned it already that his real name is Nicholas Sirianni. I'm looking forward to this post-game interview if he can continue to work this out, because we've got a bone to pick. I mean, at least he's not playing with the Eagles, but we're going to have some conversation here at the end on how impressive his play calling has been, and just where he's gotten that name, and how he's trying to put an end to the stigma there.
Yeah, that's right. Tell the story of that after this play here. He's going to let it rip. Sherfield Sr. going to pick up the catch. It's going to be a first down. Finally showing some life here is Cruz. And what he was referencing, OG2KYT's name, we got intel, is Nicholas Sirianni. So either he's the same name and it's just a coincidence, or he's trolling, or it is Nicholas Sirianni playing here. It's going to be really awkward if he wins, because then he's going to get an all-expenses-paid trip to go watch a Cowboys game, which he gets twice a year.
I mean, it's about time that if that is the case, that Nick Sirianni would get to watch a real football team play. So thank goodness he would get an opportunity to do that. He got a front row seat to him last week, and 33-13 win for the Cowboys, and it would be great to see him back as a visitor.
And as a fan, enjoying the VIP experience. Oh, man. Josh Allen going to run this. Actually going to get sacked here. Loses, I believe, 9 yards.
Yeah, great play from OG2KYT. He was the man defender on the crossing route. That's exactly what Cruz wanted, but he stayed in coverage, dropped back as a linebacker, and was right over the top of that slant route. There was nowhere to go.
Yeah, keeps that man defending coverage, but nice throw is going to come through. Perfect accuracy and a first down picked up. Cruz needed that one.
Yeah, that's a phenomenal throw. Tight coverage again, and from the man defender. I mean, he's been usering out into coverage and doing a really good job of it.
Oh, but again, throws one into dangerous territory, nearly picked off again. That would have been a dagger to the heart right there for Cruz if that interception came through. Got lucky with that one.
Yeah, that one was just not, that wasn't the ball placement I think he wanted. If he leads his receiver, looked like he had a step on his defender, so would have been a big gain, and didn't work out in his favor, but luckily it did fall to the turf.
That's James Cook on the ground. Nothing going on the wide rush. 2 rushes, 3 yards. Same story if Cruz was watching OG's last matchup.
Yeah.
Super Smash was not able to get anything going in the ground game.
Yeah, but again, we talked about this in the first match. You can't necessarily abandon the run. You got to keep a defense off balance, especially whenever you've been defending as well as OG2KYT has been defending. I mean, he is the coverage man in a lot of these scenarios. And if that ends up being the case as we continue on, I mean, you're going to have to find a way to run the ball.
Yep. That's right. Can't afford to abandon it, even if it's not working. So he'll try and stick to it. Definitely won't be a run this play, though. 4th and 8. Go big or go home. Has all the time in the world, but the great defense is there. It's going to be intercepted again. Johnson, number 7, with a pick. That's going to be the second pick for the day for OG2K.
Yeah, if he goes back and watches that one, he's going to really hurt. He had an open receiver out of the slot. It was an option route from the slot receiver, either a curl or a crosser over the middle. Instead of hitting the crosser, he sat down. He was past the marker. If he would have hit him on that, even as he hit the top of the route, hit the stem of his route, it would have been an easy first down and maybe even more. But instead, it turns into a pick the other way.
Yeah, it's going to be Shakir with the interception, shaking, moving, running it back. Pick 6 will bring him back into this game. Or sorry, we'll continue an opportunity to continue running with this game for OG2K, 21-0.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't think that was a pick 6. That was actually
no. That was the play after. I was talking about the interception on the previous play. But that one's on me. But you go back to the screen game, right? OG2KYT did this in the semifinal. That screen game is dangerous because it puts a weapon out in space, and if you make one or two men miss, then all of a sudden it's a wide open look, and that's how he's had some success in this one.
Yeah, screen game continues to work, and the Bills on Bills action continues to confuse us here. We got 2 Bills teams playing up against each other. Hard to keep track who's who. Because I looked away for a second at my other monitor here. 21-0. OG running away with this one, but again, we said that last time. We thought maybe game was over, but this time in the first quarter is obviously a little bit different. OG was up 21-6 against Super Smash, and Super Smash was able to break it back and force overtime, which is one play away, one quarterback sneak from tying it up. So at this point, it's anyone's game still. You guys still think Cruz can bring this back, but this drive is going to be crucial. He's going to find one. Sherfield Senior down the middle. That's going to be a good start.
Yeah, great start. Great way to end the first quarter. But like you mentioned, this is crucial from here on out. You can't afford to lose another possession because you got to find a couple more down the line. Now, the good thing is for Cruz is that he gets the ball to begin the third quarter. So if he goes down and he scores here, he gets a stop, and then he puts another score on the board, 21-14, try and force it into the halftime break with that. Then you get a possession back with the flip of the quarter. You could even tie this game up. This is not over yet, and it's not going to be an easy uphill battle, but it's certainly going to be one that is possible for Cruz, but he has to continue to take advantage of plays like we just saw.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, we know air it out is his play style, and that time finally paying off with a nice bomb downfield. Can he keep it up, though? The defensive coverage has been great. He's going to find a wide-open Stephon Diggs. Great moves and great route running for Stephon Diggs right there, and that's good momentum.
Yeah, the momentum's working. Those out routes are working. We saw that in that first game. Anything outside the numbers for the most part was there. Continue to work that direction.
Yeah, we did see last game Super Smash with 3 or 4 successful corner routes. Same exact corner route for Stephon Diggs out to the left. This time it's 2 plays ago at least, a corner route to the right for Stephon Diggs. And we know it's been successful right there. Picked up a few yards with James Cook. Saying Dalvin Cook, James Cook. And, oh my gosh, puts it on a needle and connects for the touchdown. What a brilliant throw from Josh Allen. Great catch picked up. I think that was Davis for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was. What a play. And a good coverage all the way through as he'll go for 2 here. Interesting play call there. But the way that he was able to fit that in a tight window, a phenomenal pitch and catch, had the touchdown, and there's a wide open man. Good job on the 2-point conversion to work open. Here's the thing. I want to complete this back to what the Bills have looked like in the NFL this season. The Bills have allowed a 60% opponent completion percentage on downfield passes in 2023. That's tied for last in the NFL. Tied for last. So the downfield ball has been there. We saw that trend in the first game. We've seen that now on that last drive from Cruz. Maybe that's the answer, that air it out mindset. Maybe that's how Cruz gets back into this ball game, but he needs a defensive stop first to even have that conversation.
Yeah, without defense, good luck. That's not even a conversation worth having. But you're right, that offensively, I think that's how he brings himself back. We saw some moments of greatness there. Big question is, can he get a defensive stop? Off to a good start on first down. Forces a 2nd and 10. A 3-and-out here would be massive for him. 2nd down, a nice screen pass again to Shakir. That's the one that worked well for them last time. He only picks up 5 this time, though.
Yeah, hey, 3rd down and 5. This might be your opportunity, Cruz, in minus territory. You're in your own end of the field. You get a stop here, it could go a long way.
And let's see what his response has been. It's going to be, I see he was anticipating the screen once again.
Yes, he was.
And as soon as he does, it's a quick slant or in route. And just like that, you want to defend against the screen. That's what this is almost like a choice option passing game, right? You can go for the screen, You can go for the run, or you can hit the slant. Either way, you're going to have some holes.
Yeah, that RPO look, that run pass option, that's exactly what that was there. You could throw the screen. That time, he waited for it to develop, and once he saw the man defender work down into the flat like that, he decided to go over the top. And I really like that from OG2KYT because the way that he adjusted there, if this was the first game, I think he throws that ball to the screen because it was working so well. I think here he knew, hey, maybe somebody's going to be sitting down there. Let me not make that throw immediately, see how this play develops, and it turned into a big game.
A lot of audibles thrown here. OG's really confusing his opponents. Interesting style of Madden here. A lot of trickery. But you can tell he put a lot of work into this. Drop back. And, Hyde almost was there for interception. He was actually user-controlled. If he was just an inch or two closer, he would have been right there to completely jump that ball. But instead, first time picked up here for OG.
Yeah, that forward progress just enough. Good ball from Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs for the first down.
And finally, for the first time today, we're going to see a run over 3 yards. It's going to be 9 yards picked up here for James Cook. Back to the run game to keep Bruce guessing.
Yeah, like you said, it really wasn't a whole lot there running game-wise for OG2KYT today, but the way that he was able to cut back and forth there, pretty impressive whenever the ball's in his hands.
And off the motion, interesting play call there. That was something new we haven't seen yet from OG. Stephon Diggs in motion, deep back in the backfield, but it's going to be jumped and read really well by Cruz. He shuts it down, and that's actually going to make it 3rd and 3 here, giving him a chance for a stop.
Yeah, the little bubble like that just didn't work out the right way. It looked like he was trying to work the screen again, and a lot of times those screens work as long handoffs, so if the play is schemed up well from a defense, you can stop a handoff for a tackle for loss. Same thing on those screens, and that time it didn't work out well.
Yeah, back to the slants downfield, and it's going to be open again. Davis wide open with a short 3-yard slant, and then get some yards after catch. OG, his offense ain't anything too flashy. It's just tricky, and it's tricky to stop.
Yeah, you got to force a turnover here if you're Cruz. This is a crucial point in the ball game where you need to get within a possession going into that 3rd quarter if you really want to try and make this something significant.
I believe he gets the ball back here to start, if I remember correctly.
Yes, he does.
Missed some at the beginning. Yeah. He missed some of the early game. James Cook with the run. Gets a few. 102 yards overall.
Yeah, if he can hold, if Cruz can hold OGYT to a field goal here, then he's still within 2 possessions. He could go down, try and get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion before the break, but you got to find a way to get some stops. I think at this point, a turnover is the #1 priority. So you can see the killing the clock here from OG2KYT. He doesn't want to leave a whole lot of time for his opponent.
Wise clock management, back to the ground for James Cook, which actually we missed a long run. That opening drive must have been a 70, 80, 90-yard run for James Cook because he has over 100 on the day. So
got to be
first
right
down there. Well, yeah, that's what it is. Gets the first down, and that'll certainly end the clock here. Now he has to worry about the clock management himself. Only 12 seconds to get it in for a touchdown because, again, if he keeps it to a field goal, that keeps him in. Josh Allen rolls right, wants something, going to get tackled. Ooh, nearly picked off right there off the bumble the ball. Just like that, though, 2nd and goal. Only 6 seconds left.
Yeah, this is a crucial play. This is a chance for Cruz to force a turnover without forcing a turnover. And if he gets the ball back to start that 3rd quarter, as we think he is, I mean, there's a chance that he could turn around and make it a 1-possession game. This is a big play for OG2KYT. He could possibly put this out of reach with a score here.
6 seconds on the clock. Only 1 or 2 plays left. Still has all of his timeouts. So if he has a quick play here on the outside or even a slant, he could call timeout and get another play right after. Looks like he's taking his time here. He wants the touchdown. He'll find it. Wide open is Dalton Kincaid again. And he connects for a touchdown. That is, again, a dagger for Cruz. 28-8 will be the score after this PAT, assuming a successful PAT.
Yeah, that is a big play from OG2KYT. When the Bills drafted Dalton Kincaid out of Utah with the 1st-round pick in April, they said, you are going to be our tight end of the future. You're going to be our red zone threat. And a lot of people looked at him as an instant impact. He's been great this season for the Bills. He hasn't been utilized as much, even seeing the Bills now 4 times really within these semifinal and final games. I haven't seen a ton of Dalton Kincaid, but that was the perfect time to use him, and it was in a crucial play of the ball game. That was a that could be the nail in the coffin. Of course, you never want to really chalk this up before it's over. We still have an entire half left to play, but that was executed to perfection from OG2KYT, and it could be enough to make him our grand finals champ.
Yeah, that's right. Dalton Kincaid out of Utah started his college career at San Diego for a transfer. Big impact, but you're right. No, it's a massive 20-point lead right now for OG. Unless Cruz can really get something going, he's going to start with the ball, which is going to help him. So if he can drive it downfield again, air it out, style of play, quick bombs, quick score. He can certainly bring this back, but he's got to show some life on defense. And oh my gosh, starting with the sack that deep in the pocket's not going to help.
No, not at all. Just great delayed pressure. Cam Lewis comes off the edge. We've seen that a lot today. One of the things the Bills have is a great secondary. They have some really aggressive guys on the second level of that defense, and they bring the pressure, and whenever they do, it's hard to stop.
Great play, though, to neutralize that initial sack. James Cook out of the backfield connects for almost 20. That was a good start there. 16 yards. A reception from James Cook. 3rd and 6 now, though. Gonna need a first down here. Back to the passing game. Looking for someone open. He's going to find someone, but is not able to fire it off, and the pressure comes through again.
Yeah, we talked about that early in the game, earlier in the broadcast in that semifinal game of having a bit of hesitation. I think if he gets the ball out quick there and doesn't worry about backpedaling, I think that's a completion and an obvious first down. Now it's 4th and 6. This is crucial.
Right downfield, swatted away, 4th down, not converted. Just like that, OG, his momentum has been flying high, and it's going to continue here. 28-8 is the score, and then some. He's got the ball on the 27-yard line.
Yeah, you could see Cruz probably a bit of desperation there, knowing that you needed something and you needed to start working in a quick fashion. Oh, man, that one hurts. It really does, because you couldn't afford a turnover like that, and the fact that it did end up like that, it goes a long way in the opposite direction. Now a chance to really put this one out of reach.
Yeah, and expecting to stick to the run game a fair amount to run the clock out here. But again, those quick passes can accomplish the same thing. Going to call an audible, get James Cook back in the backfield. Fans going to go back to him. Sticks to the ground, nothing going. Clock will keep ticking.
Got to keep rolling in the run game. If you're Cruz here, it's few and far between. I mean, there's a long way to go. But if you can maybe keep limiting the run and then get a quick incompletion like this, then all of them you're getting stops, and maybe that's enough to try and climb your way back into it. Doesn't look like OG2KYT is wasting a whole lot of that window. He wants to run this play clock all the way down.
That's right. 5-minute quarters here, so it's going to be tough to bring this back, given the short window and him running the clock out. And the ball's going to be dropped there. So finally some defensive plays and prowess there picked up.
I don't know if I've seen a drop that late in a animation while playing or watching Matt, and now it does end up in a field goal here. But hey, I think that's a win for Cruz. You give up the ball after 4th down like that in a minus territory, and now you only force the 3. Now you just get a chance to get right back at it. Situation basically remains the same. You got to score, and you got to score quickly.
Yeah, that's right. It was a small win, for Indeed. It avoids the touchdown, which helps them, keeps them alive. Small win, but he'll take those. He hasn't had many coming his way this game so far. As we kick off this drive here on the 25, 1st and 10 for Cruz. Needs to score quick, and needs to do that a couple more times. Going to let it rip here deep downfield. That's going to be a nice completion for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, this air it out mindset. I mean, he's not taking it lightly. I mean, he's dropping back. You're talking 5, 6 drops here from Josh Allen, and then turning around and chucking it over the middle or to the sideline, trying to just find an open receiver. That's what happens if you do that too often, too many times in a row. You bring that safety blitz, that corner blitz, and then all of a sudden it puts you back in a hole like that at 2nd and 21.
Yeah, same thing we saw last drive. And again, a delayed blitz is going to come. This time, though, he'll get it out to Knox there, and gets a nice gain of quite a few, 3rd and 5. Again, reminiscent of last drive.
Yeah, again, like you said, it negates the sack, puts you back into plus territory and allows you to at least make this third and manageable.
But the same exact delayed blitz, that's right. Another sack comes through, and gosh, his line cannot help him for even a second. And now that's going to make it a 4th and 16.
Let's hope Cam Lewis doesn't have a game like this on Sunday against the Cowboys. I don't know what I would do if Cam Lewis comes forward. You're going to get a text from me at some point in the middle of that game saying, "Are you kidding me?"
We previewed it, indeed, foreshadowing. Let's a rip downfield, nothing going. Turnover on downs yet again here. And just more bad news coming for Cruz. Again, the sacks, the defense has been so solid from OG. He's really earning this title. He's earning this championship. He's got a quarter to go, though.
Yeah, he's been dominant. It's been impressive to see what he's been able to do all the way through. And I've been so impressed with how deep his playbook is. I mean, he doesn't run a conventional style of Madden offense. You've seen that from Cruz, and I think there's a lack of creativity. If I had one real knock here from Cruz, is he just wants to air it out and get it downfield. And that'll work from occasion. It'll work time to time, especially if you're on your P's and Q's. But whenever you have such an intellectual Madden player like OG2KYT is, it puts you in a hole because they have a deeper playbook and they have motions as the game goes along. And I thought we saw the adjustments from the first matchup, the semifinal matchup, whenever we saw Super Smash 104 get into it and really make that a game. That was where the deep playbook helped Super Smash. Here, Cruz hasn't been able to make those same adjustments, and it's really put him in a bind.
Yeah, talk about the defensive adjustment that was made as well. Yeah, let up. The defensive adjustment made as well from Super Smash was huge, right? He was able to get a pick six, was able to finally stop that screen. It doesn't seem like Cruz has been able to make those defensive adjustments. But as we say that, though, he's going to force a 4th and 10. So this might be actually, I think this will be the first drive that ends up in a turnover without points converted here for OG. 4th and 10, big 4th down play. Josh Allen looks, finds one. Gosh, oh no, it's going to be a drop. All right, so nice hit comes through and forces a drop. There it is, just life.
That's perfect there from Cruz. I really like that. That's a confidence builder. You get the ball back here. Now you can get right back into things. That was well played defensively and a good, like you said, you wanted to see adjustments, and you finally got some, and now you got a chance to build off of it.
That's right. All the time in the world. Lets it rip deep. This would be huge. Gabe Davis wide open. Brilliant moves, and one play is all that's needed. He gets some points on the board.
I love that from Cruz. He says, you know what? You said I have lack of creativity in my offense. Let me just go over the top for a long bomb and knock that one down. Hey, you get one possession out of the way, and you did so quickly. Can you get the onside kick, maybe steal a possession back here, maybe get another turnover on downs or a turnover in general? Playing the field position game. There's a lot that can happen here. Of course, Madden's a crazy, crazy game, and I mean, that won't help a ton. It won't hurt you a ton either. You're in a bind either way. 2 points isn't going to be a game changer, but man, if you get one of these to go your way, then all of a sudden it could be.
Yeah, puts it back in onside kick territory. Ball's going to get a favorable drop, and oh my goodness. Blue team comes up with it by a hair. That was the best onside kick chance we've seen. We saw 3 last game. Cruz almost converts it.
Yeah, that was close. It hung up in the air enough. I thought we might have seen an illegal touching there if it was recovered. But a great job by OG2KYT to wrap that one up.
Yeah, that's right.
Now he's trying to kill clock. You saw him dive there. That's a smart play to try and work down this clock. You don't want to see what happened in the last game whenever you gave up 15 unanswered in the fourth quarter come back to fruition against Cruz, especially after the way he struck on that last play.
Yeah, that's a great point. He has that in the back of his mind. Wisely making the right decisions as OG. It's really solid, methodical Madden here. I wonder what playbook he's running. Likely not the Buffalo Bills playbook. We saw him shuffle his playbook at the beginning of the game. You can choose any playbook from any team. I wonder which one he is running, but really good stuff from OG. Back to the quick screen. Not going to get any yards, but not going to matter. Clock's going to keep running.
Man, and if Cruz would have played this type of defense early on, I think this would be a completely different ball game. I really do. I think now you're seeing what could have been the first couple quarters, and instead now you're seeing OJ2KYT trying to put this one away. But that defense is starting to make adjustments. It's just a little too late.
Yeah, that's right. It's been a theme, right? OG's offense catches you off guard, really tricky to adjust to, but both opponents have been able to adjust in the third, fourth quarter. It worked out okay for Super Smash. He was able to bring the game back, but unfortunately, Cruz just let this thing get ahead of him a little too much. Back to the screen, the little bubble out to Diggs, which doesn't work again. So turnover on downs here. And ball's back in the hands of Cruz.
Yeah, great job by Cruz. Again, maybe too little too late. He's going to make this a bit of a ball game here, but with 2:24 left, you're running out of time. Got to go down and score, though.
Yeah, and I think OG was expecting the bomb downfield, so he just went for a quick out and a quick first down.
Yeah, I like that. Take what the defense gives you, right? Take what's open for you and work out of bounds, stop the clock. It only took 6 seconds.
Oh, missed throw right there, missed opportunity. He did have James Cook on the screen to the left. Yeah. Corner started to bite a little bit deeper into the center of the field, so could have probably got another first down on that screen, but instead went for the long ball. Doesn't matter, though. Only one first down play going into 2nd and 10 here. Two minutes and 14 seconds left in the quarter. Cruz down quite a bit to OG. 2KYT here is going to find one. Should Sherfield Sr. and ball's going to be knocked out. That's tough.
Yeah, that one hurts. That would have been enough to move. Now, luckily, the clock does stop here, so now you get a chance to work with maybe an extra 9 seconds, try and work that 2-minute warning to your advantage here down the stretch. Yes.
Now wide open. Yeah, James Cook gets out of bounds as well. Keeps it rolling here.
That's beautiful because he gets out of bounds with those 3 seconds, so then you get a free timeout here.
Yeah.
That's great. Well done by Cruz.
Agreed. Great play. Great timing. 1st and 10, 2 minutes and 3 seconds. 2-minute warning will hit here in just a moment. Needs to score fast once again. It's a currently significant deficit for him. He's got to bring this one back. Almost with the diving catch. Just out of reach, though. One thing I wonder is how do they pick who gets the home team? Because you see these lockdown home team has improved coverage, right?
Yeah.
It's quite a home team advantage here for OG.
Yeah, exactly.
He's had both games.
Yes, he has. And I think that is an advantage, especially with the teams he's going up against. Super Smash and Cruz both want to air it out. So having that lockdown coverage plays a factor.
Yeah, that's right. 2-minute warning hit, so in the grand scheme of things, not that bad of a first down miss. But, oh, my gosh, receiver starts for him, but the ball's going to be thrown away. Tries to avoid the sack this time. He knows it's coming. Lewis and avoids it, but now puts himself in 2 more down territory to score this, or at least get a first down.
Watch out for Diggs over the middle here.
And instead of it's Cook out of the backfield once again, it seems like it's either Diggs over the middle or Cook out of the backfield. It's been working well for him.
It worked out, though, because he got the first down. He didn't need the touchdown there. He needs the first down to keep the drive rolling.
Yeah, that's right. And the pressure, again, that's been the story here. Yeah, that's right. Avoided the sack, but the pressure's been the story here. If it's not a sack, it's been QB rush or a pressured pass and incompletion due to the pressure. Josh Allen steps back again, throws right down the middle of the map, connects for one. That's going to be yet another touchdown. That's big for Cruz. He's showing what he's made of with that aired out offense. Now he's only going to go down by 10.
Yep, got two scores here. 1:28 left. You got 1 timeout. So if you don't get the onside, this thing is pretty much over. But if you do get the onside, you've got an opportunity here to go down, score, and make it a 1-possession game. This is crucial.
Here comes the bounce, and it's going to be a flag, though. White touched it before hitting 10 yards. So unfortunate. The penalty be accepted, and OG's going to hold on to the game. And to your point, without getting that onside here, unless there's an immediate turnover or something, which something tells me we'll see a lot more run game from OG. This one might be in the books.
Yeah, and even without the run game, I think time-wise, he can run the clock out once he gets one play in. He'd have to work it down underneath 120. Once he's under 120, I believe that's it. So maybe a little time killing here. Throw it away when you can. He's looking for it. Got close. 121, so he'll have to run one more play to kind of get there and then get into it and make it roll. Yeah, that's going to be enough, I think, because now even then it's going to take a second for him to kneel down slower. Yeah, this one's in the books. He needs one more kneel down, and we've got our grand finals champ.
That's right. Crowned a winner last time, who had a chance to get flown out from the East Coast to Dallas, enjoy themselves a VIP experience at a Cowboys game. And it looks like we'll be crowning one more. Third down, which means, yep, you get 2 more kneel downs, run the clock out. And OG will be your champion. The question is, are we going to get ourselves last time we had an awesome interview. I think Homie was using his cell phone outside, face camming. I'm not sure if OG is going to do the same thing, but hopefully we'll get another interview. We'll find out if we can.
Yeah, hopefully so. I want to ask him about this name. I want to ask him about Nicholas Sirianni because he was so creative on offense. He's got to have some sort of football background. Come on now. I mean, he looked like a pro out there, the way he was able to work things around and work into both of these games with some high-profile playbook. And that's the thing that was the difference in this one is the playbook for OG2KYT was just too tough to beat.
I think I cracked the code. I think I figured it out. Maybe it's his son. Maybe he's a junior. Nicholas Sirianni Jr. His dad helped him game plan and prep for this, so he had his dad's insight and knowledge. I don't know what it was, but that's going to be it. It's going to be all she wrote. This game is done and dusted. 31-21 is going to be the score. Ended up being a little bit closer than it started with. But OG2KYT was just too good all day long. It started with the win over Super Smash. Ended up taking it right there over Cruz as well. And guess what? He'll be winning the grand prize. 2 tickets to a VIP Cowboys experience. Congratulations again to OG2KYT, your champion of the Dallas Cowboys Game Time competition powered by Lenovo Legion. Look at the way he did it here, Kyle. Had to grind his way through a bracket, 2 tough matchups, first against Super Smash 104, second against Cruz. In addition to his qualifier that he ended up winning to earn his spot in this grand final tournament, he certainly earned this position.
Well, and that's the thing is it's not just these 2 matchups, right? He's had to grind his way through years of practice, years of gameplay to even lead up to a moment like this, and then he's got an opportunity to shine in the big stage on the Dallas Cowboys Game Time Network. And I mean, that's what he did. He shined. He had the early turnovers. He played great defense. He was mostly the man in coverage. He user covered for the majority of the football game. And that whenever you're able to do that at a high level and you're able to do the stick work yourself, it completely changes the effectiveness of a defense. And I think he showed that on offense too, the way he was able to work in the screen game and get around guys defensively. That's what was the difference in this one. And so the fact that he had the deep playbook was one, but you could tell this is a really experienced Madden player and somebody that's going to be tough to beat. I think at any level. I think he's got a chance to continue to compete and play at a high level as he goes along throughout his Madden career.
Yeah, that's a great point. You know, we asked some of these guys in a survey trying to get to know them before this competition if they have any competitive Madden experience. Cruz said yes. Super Smash said yes. You know, these players have competed, have played before, whether it's MCS qualifiers or other competitive tournaments. Something tells me same thing is true for OG2K. You know, hopefully this is the beginning of a vibrant career in competitive Madden for OG, and that's what's awesome about these Dallas Cowboys Game Time tournaments. They put people on the map. They give people the competitive juices and the experience to then take to the next level, right? These are kind of amateur tournaments. Anyone can sign up, open to everybody. And, you know, it was really, really impressive what we saw throughout the entirety there from OG. And guess what? We did get word. We got OG2KYT live. He is a Bills fan confirmed.
Oh,
congratulations on the win. Can you hear us? Okay, let's see if we get some audio issues figured out. Can you hear us, OG?
Hold on.
He can't hear us yet. We'll hopefully get that resolved.
Hello?
But and as a Bills fan, you like to see that, Kyle.
Well, look at that in the background. He's got a Ward jersey. He's got the Derrick Henry jersey. I mean, is that I don't even know. Is that a plant in the background? I mean, he's got a lot going on. Okay, OG. Okay, you can hear us now. Here's the thing. We were wondering if you were a Bills fan or a Cowboys fan or what. We got to make sure and get you, whenever you come to Arlington, we got to make sure that you got a Cowboys jersey or something on here. But congratulations on the win. And you've got some good paraphernalia there in the background as well.
Yeah, guys, thanks. I mean, I really like that first game. I almost folded that. So I was lucky to be in that last game. And I feel like my offense, like, I got to focus more on defense, and then my offense kind of like controls the game and stuff like that. I like to play it safe. So
Yep.
the big thing was defense coming out strong, but I got to work on closing games out a lot better because that was horrible game management by me.
Yeah, you set us up perfectly, man. Those are two questions I wanted to ask. One was about your play style, and then one was about the first game. So let's start with the first game. Yeah, what exactly happened there? You were up early. It looked like you were running away with it. So in the first game, you really chalk it up to defensive struggles because clearly you made the adaptation in game two. You ended up getting
Yeah.
2 interceptions to kick things off.
Yeah, I feel like he was running like the pro style bunch offside offense. Um I just played MCS ladders like this past weekend, so like I had reps against that, but I stopped a few people this weekend, but that guy just had it. He was putting the right combos out on the field. He was taking his time, and like I feel like my offense was big early in that game, just getting out, not like giving him opportunities. So
What were the nerves like in that overtime period in the semifinal when he got down to the 1-inch line? I mean, he was down right there at the end. I thought there was a chance there maybe for a quarterback sneak to work to the goal line. Instead, he tries to run the screen play, completes it, but then you get him for a 2-yard loss. I mean, what was the nerve like in that moment, and what was going through your head?
I was I was thinking like I played a game just for like franchise. I play a lot of franchise. So I that happened to me yesterday where I lost on a 2-point conversion, a game I folded like that. But this time like I came out in that linebacker package, pinched the line. I had that outside guy manned up because I knew he's earlier in the game. I don't know if you remember his 2-point conversion. He ran that
Yeah.
stretch. So I was for sure thinking this guy doesn't want to pass here. So we kind of just like brought the linebackers out, played it strong up the middle, and then I got kind of lucky with the outside guys playing it well, but you got Boyer and whoever else we had manned up on them out there, so they did their job great. So I'm thankful we were able to get that interception there.
And the fact that it just happened in a franchise game the day before, you're probably thinking the worst in your head. It can't happen again, or
Yeah,
maybe it gave you the experience you needed to have a different outcome this time. But hey, we have to ask you, man. Kyle and I have been joking back and forth. I'm sure you get it all the time as a Madden fan, a Madden player. Is your name actually Nick Sirianni? Is that real?
yeah,
Coach?
that's actually my name.
That's crazy. We were
And
like, maybe he's related.
Yeah.
Maybe he's his son. We figured it was a little bit of a long shot. But tell us a little bit about yourself, though, man. Where are you from? How old are you? What's your background? What do you do outside of Madden?
I'm 18. I'm from Buffalo. I got 3 brothers, and I'm just a diehard football fan, Bills fan, and the actual Nick Sirianni coach is from like Jamestown, New York, so that's pretty close. I think there's definitely like some kind of relation there, but it would be kind of distant. But
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
man,
so I
I'm just
really love playing
laughing.
Madden and playing all
I'm
these
laughing at
games and
the
stuff,
the
man.
irony here. Sorry, I think the delay's getting us, but I'm laughing at the irony here that a Bills fan that could be distantly related to Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Philadelphia Eagles, just won a game time tournament hosted by the Dallas Cowboys the week after the Cowboys beat the Eagles and the week before the Cowboys play the Buffalo Bills. So very interesting the way that this is all
Yeah,
kind of timed together and the way that it's worked out. I just the irony I don't think could have written itself, and I'm certainly glad that you're here and that you're going to get a chance to come down and see Arlington, see Texas. Have you ever gotten a chance to come to Texas at any point in your life?
no, I really haven't. Like, I'm from the northeast part of the country. I haven't been anywhere besides a couple of summers ago. I went to like Orlando. It was a pretty good time.
Mm.
But like I haven't really been anywhere, so it's kind of crazy to me.
That's going to be
That's awesome,
awesome.
man. That's right. That was gonna be my last question for you. Congratulations, of course, on the win.
Thanks, guys.
Two-part question. One, what does it mean to you the fact that the Dallas Cowboys put on these tournaments and are flying you out? And then two, who are you bringing with you down to Dallas to watch the game? Any ideas yet?
That just first, thank you guys so much for putting on these tournaments, man. Like these these tournaments, like I really look forward to them. Like I've been in situations where today my experience paid off, but like I've been in 2 previous situations where I could have been like flown out or just got like played in person or any kind of like take it outside of my freaking bedroom. Like a couple years ago, I played in this tournament. If I won the game, I would have got flown out to Orlando, and I lost that game. But I was younger then, and then like a couple weeks ago, I played the MCS tournament. I lost the game in overtime in the final 16. If I won that and another, I could have been in the MCS. But this is just it's great, man. I'm very thankful for the opportunity.
That's awesome. It's a redemption arc for you. And then who are you bringing with you down to Dallas? Yeah, you thought about it yet? You can bring a parent or one of your brothers?
I don't know. It's tough. I'm thinking my dad, but if I were to choose one of my brothers, then they would probably be like, "Oh, why didn't you pick me?" So I
That might
don't
be
know.
smart. That might be smart. You might want to take your dad.
That's a good point. Well, that's amazing,
Yeah.
man. Awesome to hear how much this means to you, the passion you have for Madden, and you're young, man. You're 18 years old. Your future's bright as a competitive Madden player. Hope to see you in the MCS one day. And this is a start. You'll always remember this one as your first championship win, your first tournament win, and major prize, of course, with major prize of going to be able to fly and experience something in person. So congratulations again. Any final words or shout outs you want to give before we say bye?
Yeah, so pretty much my friend Tavo, he's Tavo Garcia Mexibran. He runs the same spread playbook as me, and he's a Cowboys fan. He kind of put me on to that kind of like audible around. And then my guy K5, he also put me on to just like that monster coming out in that. And then Leo and Gage, they kind of put me onto the defense and where to have those abilities at. So that came up really big for me, and I don't know if I could have done it without that
That's
insight
awesome.
from them. So
I love it. A rising tide lifts all boats, and that's what's so cool about the Madden community. The amount of time you guys put into labbing with each other, helping each other get better is a ton of fun to watch. So kudos to you. Congratulations again on the dub, and maybe you'll have a chance to meet Kyle when you come back down to Dallas for your championship grand prize win, a all expenses paid trip for 2 to a VIP experience, the Dallas Cowboys game. Congratulations again, OG, aka Nick, on the win.
thanks, guys, man. I really appreciate it.
Have a good one, brother. Enjoy the trip.
See ya.
That's awesome, Kyle. I absolutely love that story from him. Very well spoken young man as well. 18 years old, spoke with confidence, and really was well spoken throughout. I have a lot of respect for him.
Well, he's got the background, right? He just talked about how close he's been. And a lot of times whenever you're in competitive situations like that, you get close and you get discouraged. It sounds like that's the opposite for him. He's wanted to get better. He's reached out to those in the Madden community. He's continued to grow into his game. And that's such a cool story to get to hear about. Hey, this is a big win for me. I get to go travel with friends or family or whoever it ends up being. That get to come down to Dallas and get to enjoy this VIP experience. But I think even more so, it's getting over the hump like that, right? And a lot of times you need a win like this to push you in the right direction after suffering some losses in some close games previously. So with him being 18 years old and him being right on the edge of really a budding Madden career, it's exciting to see that, hey, this could be one of the starts for him. And I've heard from plenty of Madden competitives and really competitive nature around sports, esports, it doesn't really matter. Once you get that first win and you start to build some confidence, it could go a long way into building a career, and you can maybe see that with a win like this. And he was dominant. It was close in that first game, but it was only close because of the way that second half went and some of the balls bouncing against him. Then he came back, he made the adjustments, and completely dominated that finale. And the way he took care of business, it was very impressive. And I don't think this is the last time we're going to hear of Nicholas Sirianni in the esports world, and he's going to have a chance to continue to roll in Madden in the future.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Congratulations again to him. Future is certainly bright for the young 18-year-old from Buffalo, New York. He'll be coming down to Dallas. And speaking of Dallas, obviously it's a great time to be a Cowboys fan right now. Y'all are absolutely dominating this NFL season. But keep in mind, too, the Pro Bowl games vote is live, so make sure to vote for your favorite Dallas Cowboys players. Participate in the Pro Bowl down in Orlando this year. One thing to keep in mind, of course, and I think it's going to wrap up today's competition. Such a great day it was. Kyle, any final thoughts on your end before we wrap up?
Yeah, my final thought is, one, I love this event. I love being a part of these game time events and Lenovo, and they do such a great job partnering with the Dallas Cowboys. They've got so much going on in the gaming community. It really is a cool thing to see Lenovo grow the way that it is. And then of course, it's been great working with you again. I love getting to work with you. You make it so easy on those who are outside the esports community to get to come in and have some fun. And then everybody that's been involved in this, we got Isaac back in the studio, you got Ford helping run things, and then congratulations to all those that were a part of this tournament and have been able to grow in Madden and get that experience. But I'm telling you right now, I'm about to turn this back on, and you won't hear from me for a couple weeks. I'm going to continue to play with my Lenovo Go and keep working in the right direction. The Lenovo Legion Go. Yeah, you won't catch me doing anything else. I'm going to be playing some video games here in the next couple hours.
That's perfect thing to do for the holiday season. That is for sure. A massive thank you to the Dallas Cowboys for putting on these events. Again, I mentioned it earlier, but I've become the world's biggest fan of the Cowboys just because all the greatness that they do for esports. I know a lot of people out there agree. Thank you to all our sponsors, of course, Ford, Lenovo, who makes smarter technology for us all, and everybody supporting these broadcasts and these events. What a great day it was in this rendition of Dallas Cowboys Game Time presented by Lenovo. Congratulations to OG for winning this competition and getting flown out. We'll see you next time for the next Dallas Cowboys Game Time competition. Is it going to be Madden, Rocket League, Fortnite? We'll keep an eye on all things socials for more information because there's quite a bit of esports coming your way. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great rest of the evening, and we'll catch you next time for the Dallas Cowboys Game Time tournament.